Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today is 11/29/2018, and this is our live streaming technical analysis video, I guess you would call it. All right, guys, let's get right to the SPY. So 37 million floating around. We caught this little low pivot here right around 270, 250. Little volume came in right here as well. Maybe some news on the China trade. Real close. The Brexit's real close. The Canada-Mexico trade is close. Everything's close, guys. Key is here, though, guys. 37 million on the SPY, and everything's grinding higher. And what time period are we in? Lunchtime on Wall Street, guys. Another favorite time of day of mine. We did have this trade, though, today. We took this one after hours. Talked about this yesterday. I don't know if we did on the live stream, but my area was right around the 105 right when we started breaking down here. Had the retrace, came back up, and then boom. After hours yesterday, where did this thing go? It went right to the 105 area. Bounced up a little bit right at the end here. About 105.96 or so, but our entry was 104, I don't know, 97, 104.87, something like that. And boys and girls, when this thing pulled back this morning, I was out the door. It's like, thank you very much, on to the next one. So that was a good one. I wish they all worked out this easy. We were in at, say, 105, this show. We covered today right around this area here. So, and actually it was pre-market. So, oh, that was great though, guys. It was just like, I opened my charts in the morning. I was like, oh, look at this, gone. So, not even gonna mess around with that one. I don't even know what the stock is. All I know is it gapped up into a good area. We played the fade, got out of it today, and life goes on. All right, guys, you know the drill. If you're new to the room, punch in some symbols. Let's take a look at some stuff. Right now, just looking through charts, guys, trying to find the next great trade here. McDonald's, guys, keeps going up. You know what to do here. Another high flyer, monthly chart play. These don't take a day or two. These take months sometimes, guys. So getting a little bit stretched. 200 could be the target. So make sure if you're going to add some short here with shares. I'm only doing shares in these, guys. Puts, you got to go 3-4 months out on these. Don't go a week or two. These are monthly chart plays. These things take months, not days. If it was a 10-minute chart, then it takes an hour, 30 minutes. If it's an hourly chart, maybe a couple hours, maybe a day. If it's a daily chart, maybe a week, could be a day, could be that day. But daily charts could take a couple days. Weekly charts, couple weeks. Monthly charts, couple months, guys. That's how that's how you got to play these things. All right, so McDonald's, that one's flying high. What else here? USO we were looking at. USO's trying, guys. Getting a little bit of a bounce today. Nothing crazy. We are into the 618 retrace. This could stop this one. I still think we're going a little bit lower, but, you know, if it goes up again, so be it. Goes up, we'll be looking to short it again. We'll go from there. If it continues to go lower, then we'll be looking for bottom feeding plays. GE still holding that area, guys. Pretty flat on the day. I'm looking for a bigger, let's go to the 10-minute. I mean, it's not bad, guys. We did, actually, let's go to the daily. You know, it's not bad down here, guys. I mean, if you want to take a stab at this one, great. Put a stop out below 7. I'd go maybe 720, 715, and then play it like that. If this thing gets going, you know, this is another play, guys. If the markets grind during December, Santa Claus rally and everything, this could possibly bounce. I'm not taking the trade. I think it could possibly go a little bit lower. It's not bad up here, though. It's not bad right here. I just wish we had more volume, too. Like one of these candles. Like this looked like it almost was going to start going and then right back down. So, again, I'd like to see one good flush, then the reversal candle, and then maybe. But, you know, if you want to take a stab at this, it's not bad. You know, it's kind of like Snap. Snap's holding, though, guys. Holding strong. Your 581 area. You know, it's just trying. This actually isn't too bad of a pattern here. A little bit of a bottom, nice little follow through. Still below the MAs. If this thing can get above 20 and the 50, gosh, it could get going. But Still a beat down stock, guys, so be careful with it. Kind of like GoPro. GoPro still just chopping around, not doing much here, guys. Kind of crazy. GoPro, man. We showed this one the other day. That's just a beat down. My gosh. There's people stuck up here. I mean, maybe they cut their losses at this point, but my gosh. At this point, you have 1,000 shares at $5 and you bought 1,000 up here, you might as well just sit in it and go from there. Yeah, just don't even watch that one. Just don't even watch it. Just as long as if you have you got puts a couple months out and you're doing okay. These are tough stocks. 114,000 trading on a day. And, if people want to buy it, it just goes up. People, who shorted this thing are getting out, so that could possibly pop in this one. A little bit down today, but, boom, and right back up. So good thing, when you get these dips, just like Tesla did too. Tesla dipped on us, and then, you got to take that profit. You get that quick dip. You're just like, all right, thank you very much. See you next time. And that's it. On to the next one. But yeah, you get stocks that dip, stocks that pop, stuff like that. You add or you add as it goes down. Everyone's a genius when you buy the dip and it goes up, but when you're trying to short the rip and you're like, oh, you're getting killed, and you're like, oh, you're an idiot, StockBookie. But it's the same thing as stocks are nose diving. You're trying to add as it's going down. Same thing with stocks going up. But you get a pullback like this. Man, look at that, and then right back up. It's crazy. But that's the one, that's the way they're playing these things, guys. Up and down, up and down. So you kind of got to be careful with them. Just don't load the house on these. And that's pretty much what you got to do. And on something like this, it's a monthly chart play. Sometimes you got to add a little bit more, unfortunately. But know your position size, know how much you're willing to risk, and no more than 10% of your total portfolio. So if you start with it, even like MCD, any of these, if you start with this one, you're starting at, say, 800 or double top over here, 790, or even this high pivot here at 770. This thing could keep going, guys. 10% stop on a 10% position would be about $80. If you're in a half position, you could go $160 on this one. Hey, guys, give me a minute here. I gotta do something real quick. Give me a sec. I'll be back. But look at some charts, punch up some symbols if you're new to the feed, and let's go over stocks. Give me a couple minutes here. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I had to get the door, UPS guy, get a couple things settled out with him. But all right, guys. So let's see. What's up, Stock? Grew my portfolio 2K. Good job, Caesar. Thanks for getting back to me on the MCD this morning. Much appreciated. Yeah, you know, MCD, these are tough. These are dividend plays. These are safety haven plays. But look at that. I think this gap up maybe could be the last one. You know, this gets everybody. Oh, man, got to get in. Hurry. Hurry. It's McDonald's. You know, the good burger McDonald's. You know that one where we eat burgers? You know that stuff? Ay. So anyways, though, you know, looking at the monthly chart, you know, you pretty much straight up from 2016. Just it's with everything else, guys. Pulls back nice there. Next run up, you know, because everybody, you know, markets are a little bit dangerous. So everyone's hopping into the McDonald's, the Verizons, the you know, Johnson and Johnson, all those. So just keep watching this one. Could make it to 200, maybe. Yeah, the best burgers, right? I mean, come on. You know, if you're going to make a burger, you might as well make it at home. You know, you go to these burger places. I went, I don't know the name of its place, gosh, a couple weeks back, but it was like with a tip, it was like $18 for a burger and fries and a lemonade. $18. I looked at the girl and I was like, wow, $18 for a burger. And it was okay, nothing special. But my gosh, $18 for a burger these days, unbelievable. That's why everybody goes to McDonald's. They get a $6 crappy meal. That's what my kids call it. Dad, can we go to McDonald's and get a crappy meal? I'm like, do you realize what you're telling me? You want a crappy meal. So then we go to Chick-fil-A. You know, so I was thinking MCD for dividend on Friday. Is that silly? Nah, no, don't buy this one up here. Way too extended. No way. I mean, it might go to 200. If you buy this up here, it goes to 200. You got to get out. If it hits 200, 205, then you got to definitely short this thing. And we're already shorting this thing. So, you know, price target still 162 and then 131. Markets fall. This could fall further. Yeah, so be careful, Natalie, with that one. Yeah, because that's what everyone's thinking. The dividend plays, the 3Ms, I mean, Apple's even a dividend play, and I'm surprised no one's flying on that one. What else? What are the other safety haven plays? PM, CME is another one. PG, you know, when the markets are tanking, those are all the ones that are positive. God, look at X, guys. Though X is still going low. I think $18 maybe, and if that cracks, don't even mess with X. I don't know if someone was asking me to go long on that one, but look at that, still going lower. So let's be patient on some of these stocks, guys. Yeah, MCD, be careful with that one. We're shorting that one, slow and steady. Possible high flyer, TECD. Let's see, TECD. No, not yet. Look at that one though. Caesar, look, high flyer right here, crash. High flyer, retrace, crash. Let's see if we can get. To this. Right around, yeah, $100, Pierce of 100, because that would be the next, you know, unless it's going into earnings or something, then you can look at it like that. So watch that one. CRM and AdDesk were good scalps on the short side so far. What's up, Leo? Mark, let's look at those. How about V? Did anyone catch this one today or yesterday when we took this trade? Anybody? We took it right here off this right when it broke down here. Hopefully someone caught this one. We almost had $10 on it, in and out. So hopefully one of you guys caught that. See, and these are, you know, going back to, I was talking to Alexander, one of the members here today. And, you know, did you catch that one? That was awesome. But this is, you know, when you have stops on your positions and you're looking for areas to stop out and stuff like that, we were talking about, Natalie, you missed that one. That was great. God, that thing. Did you get that one? Yeah, was that? You know, I wish they all worked out that way. But now, you know, even if you took 100 shares, you made a good chunk on that. If you took 1,000 shares, even better. But trades like this, you know, this will make the next couple trades easier. So say if you were making $1,000 on each trade, you took this one the other day or yesterday, you made the 1,000. You took whatever other one the other day or whatever. Say you had nice 5-6 winners in a row, okay? Now you can put a little more risk on. If you have 1 or 2 losers in a row, yeah, it wipes out 2 of those winners, but you still have 4. So now with this one, with our, our till raise going in the basement, if anybody has calls in that, I don't know if those will ever come back from the dead. But again, that was an earnings play, spec play. They're going to the basement. What can you do? We have the ad desk ones too as well, or auto desk, whatever the hell that stupid stock is. But yeah, the till rate just can't catch a bid. I mean, we're at 109. We'll see if we could pop up with news. But you start getting some good trades and you start racking some winners in a row. You can take a little more risk then, guys, or have the stop out a little bit further. Now, explaining to Alexander as well, if you want a wider stop, then take a half position. So say you're getting in this one at $100, just to say, your stop out's going to be, say, 110 and 111. So, if you do 1,000 shares or a 10% position, your stop out is pretty much the all-time high. So take a half position, so your stop out would be around 115 or so. It just gives you more leverage going up and down with a stop out, with a half size position or a quarter position. Just gives you more wiggle room, just in case if it goes against us. Where stop out areas, I'm looking at this one. Stop out would be probably 112 on this one, 113, because you want to get a pierce on it. If you're trying to go long on it, and this thing's going down, that, gap fill at $90, you have a gap fill at 88, you still have some support, in here, right here. So this thing could possibly go to $90 or so. And that's where it could bounce. If it doesn't bounce here, or bounce at 89 at this gap fill, you still have one more area here. But even though you're at $97, if you go at 10% position, that's going to be about a $10 stop out, which would be right around $87. But do you want to stop out, before we hit these major areas of support? You'd want to make sure that, this thing doesn't come down and bounce right back up. So when you're getting in trades, you want to say to yourself, all right, if I do a half a position, I can manage a, $15 stop on this thing, because it will only still be a 10% loss. Even if it goes, 10% against me, it's still a half position on this one. So if you want, CRM this morning by short, good job, Mark. How is CR? But you guys understand what I'm saying, though? Like on this one, you want to stop out above here. But if you're going to start adding a quarter position, another quarter position, you'll get a half position around 100. And then you're still looking at, if you had a half percent, $10 is 10%. If you have a half percent or a half position, it's only 5% stop out. If that makes sense to you guys. So CRM, how's that one doing? Pulling back? Okay. Yeah, see what happened though, guys? We filled the gap. What do we talk? I did the video. 144 right in this area. Real good resistance, guys. The only reason this thing turned around and went up yesterday because the markets were rallying. God, this one was looking good, but we pulled off everything but a quarter position. We added more today. So far, so good, guys. And I'm holding this one, guys. I'm holding this one. I'm holding ADSK too. This one's just being a bear too. Jeez. But it's Autodesk. This just had earnings as well, so what back in here or whatever it was. So, but good area right here, 142.95. I want to see if it holds. We had some good follow through on this one today, but the volume's disappearing. I want to see where this closes tomorrow. Still not out. I mean, it could go a little higher, guys. So we could still be in a little more pain. But again, we'll see. We'll see on this one. If we close up here on the weekly, I want to see next week some follow through. Stuff like that. When you hold, are you holding short? Yeah, I'm holding shares with this one, just common shares. I'm not buying puts or anything right now, especially the high flyers. I short everything with shares. I'll buy some puts and stuff like that, but like the SPY and the IWM, we'll do puts on those. Puts or calls, it doesn't matter. Played puts. Yeah, you could do it that way too. You could short on that stuff. Twilio. Where's your add more and stop loss price, please? Twilio, we just added, so I mean, if it goes up more, I'm going to add more at 95. I'll probably add more at 100 if it gets there. But remember, we had a great trade on this. We had a great trade here. We had another great trade. I had 3 trades on this one, guys. I shorted calls. We got paid on it. I shorted with shares, more of a short-term fade play, and I shorted on a swing trade, and we made money. Now I just got back into this thing short. If it goes up a little more, I got room to add. My stop out, gosh, it's going to have to go up 102, 103 maybe a little higher. So like I said, we made money on I mean, I made money over here too shorting this thing. I've made money on Twilio a lot of times, guys. So, but this one was 3 great trades, pulled it off, went short again, and that's how I'm playing this one. And that's why I was saying, Alex, a little bit earlier, now I got a little more wiggle room in this one. We had 3 winning trades on this one. Yeah, this one's going up against me a little bit, but we just started. We started the position yesterday, so it's not like we're getting killed right now. But we have complacent markets, light volume. This can grind higher. So I don't know what the attraction is with Twilio, But now if you take this retrace, let's take this one now. Let's put it to this area. Look where we're at, 750 retrace at 93. I'm gonna see if we get to 95. Maybe even 96, this high pivot here, and add more. But, stop out. It depends on right now, I don't have a large position. I'm starting with a quarter position. And then I'll go half if it goes to 95. And then if it goes to 100, I'll add another quarter. So I'll be in a 7.5% trade at 100. I got room to add a little bit more. So then I'll get my average right around 96 or so. And then if you want a 10% stop out, that's about $10. So now you're looking at about a 106, 107, because I have, 7.5% position. Because I'm looking for 5 to 10% gains, 5 to 10% losses. That's kind of my rule of thumb. But if we have, a winner on this one, like again, we took, we shorted calls on it. We made 50% on those. We had a short swing on this one. We made good money on that one. And then there's the short-term trade on this one too as well. So that one we made really good money. So that's where, that's where you got to look at it from your point of view. Any of you guys, any of you traders, to say, hey, you know what? I traded this one 3-4 times. I made really good money. So I'm willing to put a little more risk on this one. But I'm still starting with a small position. I mean, my quarter-size positions are pretty decent size, guys. So even if this thing pulls back, great. I'll still make some money. But I'd still like to get it to at least a half a position. If I could get it to this 96 area, that'd be even better. Half positions. I love half positions right now. Gives you wider stops in markets like this. I mean, like yesterday's rally. Did anyone see that coming? Now you can see it after the fact. It's like, we should have bought it. We should have bought everything, bookie. Yeah, well, yeah, I wish we would have. But unfortunately, we didn't. You can't catch everything. When you start getting cute in these markets, guys, trying to catch every bounce, trying to catch every dip, trying to catch every rip, shorten, that's when all of a sudden you're on the wrong side of the trade over and over and over. So it's better just to, hey, we talked about this in my, nightly videos. SPY. I'm going to wait for it to retrace. I'm going to take a little stab at it here, and it was starting to look good this morning. They were starting to come alive, and then right here, guys, volume came in. I don't know, probably China trade deal or something, and right back up. And then look what we have, guys, 38 million going with 3 hours. 3 hours left. I don't even know what time does this thing close again. Yeah, 3 hours left. Wait, say that again. 5% losses, 10% gains before you get out. Yeah, Caesar, it depends. We're looking at Twilio, okay? If you want a wider stop out, for me, I'm trying to take 10% gains, 10% losses on shares only. Option trades are completely different. I'm taking small positions where I can handle more pain. But when you're taking shares only on a short like this one, we added some short yesterday. This one's going up on us. So right now I got a quarter position in this. Okay, say I'm taking 1,000 shares in this one short. Right now I got 250 shares in this one. Quarter position. If I add another quarter position at 95, 96, okay, then my average price, say 92, 96, my average price will be 94 with a half position. On a 10% move up on this one would be another $9, $10. So you'd be at 103. But since I have a half position, I could do a $20 stop on this one because that would be a 10% loss in a half position. Just like if this one comes down 10%, we only get a 0.5% in our portfolio. That's a winner. If we take a 10% position and get 10% up or down, that will be a 1% loss or a 1% gain in our position, in our portfolio. So if we have 100 trades, say, right now we have 456 trades on the year. Say we have 100 losers. I don't think we do, but it's somewhere. I don't know where the exact number. I think it's right around 80 losers right now and some open positions. But say we have 100 losers. So if you take those 100 losers and subtract them from the, say we had five, just to make it easier, 500 trades, we have 100 losers. So now we have 400 winners, but then at the end of the day, we'd have 300 winners. Okay. Because all those other trades, the 100 winners and the 100 losers would just counter themselves because they're all the same amount of winners and losers. You don't want to have one winner that you make 30 grand and one loser you lose 100 grand, because then that's going to wipe out a bunch of other losers. So you want to have consistent winners and consistent winners all the time, guys. That's how you want to play this. So if you had those 100 losers, the 100 winners would counter it, but you'd still have 300 winners on the year. And if you had 300 winners on the year and just say at 0.5% each one of those, that's 150% gains every year, guys. So that's how I play it, at least. And then, that's how you get 400, whatever trades on the year. If you have 100 losers, those wipe out. You have 270 something winners at 0.5%. You're making over 100% gains, guys. Slow and steady. I don't know how any other way would make it, easier, less stress, your losses. High flyers like McDonald's and all that stuff, even Twilio. I'm going small here, guys. Not going 10% right now. I have a quarter position in here. If I could get it to a half at 96, great. I still have at least a $10 stop out on this one before I go, wow, I'm getting my ass kicked. I can do a $15 stop out on a half or a 5% position of my total portfolio. It just lessens the emotions and lessens everything, guys. It makes it easier. You don't sit there. Like I said, when I used to manage that guy's, he kept his money. I don't manage anybody's money. But when I used to consult him, he was doing these $10 million trades, and he wouldn't tell me like this. He would buy Twilio right here at 80. Or short calls or short. We were shorting calls and shorting puts at the time. And then it would go up to 90, and then I'd start getting the texts. Hey, man, thoughts on Twilio? It's like, no, man, we're waiting for at least 90, 91 up in here. It's kind of the same area where we were doing it before. All right, cool, man. Next day, thoughts on Twilio? Right out of the gate, I get the text. Thoughts on Twilio? No, man. No, we're still, we're waiting. We added a little bit here, and we're going to add it 96, and then maybe 100, 101 if it gets there. Next day, thoughts on Twilio? And then it's like, dude, are you in a position in Twilio? Tell me. Yeah, I shorted calls at 80, and now it's at 91. I'm getting smashed. And it's like, wow, what'd you do? Well, I bought 1,000 contracts. It's like, huh? What? All right, cool. Well, let's buy 1,000 more. I'm not doing 1,000 more. There's no way. I'm already all in. It's like, oh my God. It's like, okay, you're the expert, bookie. What do I do? Wait for me to tell you to trade it. Stuff like that. When you're in it too big of a position and you're asking me over and over and over, hey, what do you think? What do you think? You're in way too big of a position, guys. Way too big. Like this one here, I had a couple emails. Hey, Twilio's going up. Okay, great. We're going to do it at 95, 96, and then at 100. If it gets up there, maybe. But quarter position. That's how I do it. These are stocks for people, these are cult stocks, kind of like Tesla. Got to go slow and steady, guys. All right, let's see. Natalie T. All right, hold on. Twilio, where's your ad more? Yeah, right there, Al. Not yeah. I mean, we're right at 93.09, so that's why, I like these pivots yesterday. I like this big red bar breakdown. That's why we started doing something. We had, open another position on Twilio. Now this is going up. This is the next area, 93.09. But it's still not, we're not that much underwater right now. Especially on a quarter position. It's like, all right, whatever. Let it go up higher. And we'll keep an eye on it. Kind of like AZO. Kind of like Alta. Tesla too. I mean, Tesla came down. We pulled half off. And it went right back up in our face. But at least we pulled half off. So if Tesla goes back up, we'll start adding at 360 again. Not a stress-free trade, guys. I like stress-free trades. I'm 48 years old. I don't need stress anymore. I got 3 kids under 12. That gives me enough stress. I love my kids, guys, but my oh my. They really know how to, work their dad. let's put it that way. But let's see here. Hold on, guys. Gosh darn it. All right, TTD. Let's look at that one. Yeah, the trade desk. Ooh, look at that one. Look at what's this one? TECD. I don't know what this one is though, guys. But look at this. Interesting. Anyone know what this one is? I accidentally punched in the wrong symbol. Wow. I don't mind the setup though. Hold on a minute here. Look at that. Oh no, not yet. Oh, not yeah, a little bit more maybe. $90. Look at that. When you least expect it. But what I'm looking at here, let's see if I can find it. Where is it? What I'm looking at there, though, where was it? Is it on the daily? Yeah, look at that, though, guys. Gap fill right here. Just hit it. And then you have this little top here at 90. Wow, that's not bad. I have no idea what anyone knows. What anyone know? Apparently, they had earnings or something. Tech data. Wow, look at that trend line. Yeah, I'm not going to trade it, but let's just keep an eye on it. $90 would have been, I mean, we did fill the gap. That's going to be good resistance after a nice pop-up, guys. It is about, yeah, I'd still like a little higher if it got there. But, yeah, not a bad. Look at that. Just for, I was looking at TTD, if I could say it, TTD, for Natalie, and this thing popped up. Wow, I don't mind that. Nice little fade play. You know, I'm going to write this one down. I'm just going to see if this one fades. Don't take the trade, guys. I mean, I guess you could. I would have liked to see 90, but oh man, look at that though. Nice little trend line there. Pierces it, gets the gap fill. There's still a lot more up here. That's why it's like I don't know about that. Apparently, though, hold on. Apparently, I've looked at this one before. Yeah, maybe that's why. But yeah, not a bad area though. Little big up move. All right, let's see. There, computer and switch. Okay, used to deal with them when I worked at Cisco for. Okay, probably a good short. Yeah, right. Not yet. Let's see if we could get to 100. It's not too far away. Had a nice push up today though. All right, let's see here. Hold on. All right, we'll go back to Natalie. I didn't miss you, Natalie. All right, let's go to TTD. Yeah, TTD. We had a short on this one. And going back up, let's see if we go a little more, guys. I mean, it's the trade desk, guys. Not bad here. I would like to see 150 because if the high was 160. All right, this is okay. If you want to get in this thing, okay. If you do a half position here, 10% stop out would be $14. Okay, this would be about $156 right in there. That's not good enough, guys. You got to make sure stop out's over 160, 144. So a half position right here would leave you out with about a $28 stop out. So 42, 52, 62, that leaves you right about set 170. So would you open this with a half or a quarter? Probably do a quarter. Goes up a little, goes up to 149, 150, go the half. Now you're in about 146. Your stop out, say you're only in a half position now. Your stop out at 10% would be $14, but you have a half position, so you could go even a little wider. So at 14 from 146, you're looking at 170 with a half position. That's how you got to play these. So if you want to get in this one, if you do $10,000 worth, you go $2,500 right now. 2,500 at 150, and then gosh, if it gets to 160, 162, you load the house, go to a 10, and then you still have, say our average price then would be 155. You're still looking at a $15 stop. So 155, 165, so that'd be still 171, 172. See how I'm playing that one, guys? Start with a quarter if you got a short, but I love this short. We got out of it. We were done. I'm just going right back up, guys. Let's see if we get a little bit more, but if you want to, you could do a little one right here. Let's just see where the fib is. I've been watching this one, Natalie, believe me. Yeah, let's try to see if we get the 147, guys. 150. Here's not bad. I'd just like to see a little bit more. I got caught in this one last time. We got out of it. I don't know where. I would have to look where we were shorting it, but it was like, shit, here we go, getting murdered. And then it came right back in. I was like, get me the hell out of this thing. Thank you very much. See you next time. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around. You know, you get stuff like that, and it's just like, oof, that could be rough. All right, hold on here, guys. Oh, my gosh. Man. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, so let's see if we go a little bit higher, and then we'll go from there. Markets are pulling back a little tiny bit. We might have a little savings grace with our puts. Guys, if you're members and you have those puts on the indexes, remember, don't load the house. Please, don't load the house. But yeah, this one, I love this. I love that it's retracing again. Let's see if we can catch this one a little bit higher. I don't know if it's going to. I mean, this might be the spot. We got the 618, 140 even number. Gosh, ooh, look at that gap fill too. Yeah, let's at least try to get the gap fill. But yeah, again, another one comes in, makes new low, shakes everybody down, still hasn't hit the 200 MA, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gosh, if you want to start adding, you can. Just save some for the tank here, just for 150, 160 area, just in case. That's why I would like it to fill at least this gap, see what it does at 143. But in 147, 43 is the 750. A lot of times these things are overshooting to the 750 retrace, but it's not bad though. I do like this. I like it's retracing again. I like it's a high flyer. Remember, high flyer. Even if you add to these, even if you're stuck at 140, okay, if you went all in 10%, price target's still 75. So still have even if it went to 160 and you're upside down, big deal. Keep it a smaller position, please, but big deal. You almost have an engulfing candle on this one, but this red candle here, retrace usually leads to lower prices. So again, if you want to take this one, great. I don't mind. Yeah, TTD. I was getting smoked on this one too. But these are ones where you take small positions and just grind it out. These are monthly chart plays, guys. And I was explaining to Alex earlier in an email, I was like, we know the price target's around 75, even if it's 100, even if it's 90. We know this thing can come down. So even if you're in this thing with a smaller position, it goes against you. You know your price target eventually on a monthly chart play. It could take 6 months to get down here. This will keep curling up as time goes by. But you know damn well, target's at least $100 right now. And if it falls like tomorrow and next 3 weeks, this thing might be at 80. So that's how you got to kind of look at these two. There's so many different things. I'm looking at the 60. I keep looking at the 60-minute too. We got a little topping tail possibly here. We got about 15 minutes left of this candle, but this could be the end of the road for this one. 618 is a real good retrace too, and the 147. So if you got to take it, take a small position, start open one, and if it comes back in, so be it. If you get 100 shares, it comes in $20. It's $2,000. If you take a bigger position, like me, maybe 1,000 shares at a quarter position. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. I wish I had a $50 million account. All right, so that's what we're looking at there. But that's not bad. I like the retrace. 618 is usually the level I take. A lot of these things overshoot to the 750. Just make sure you got some left in the tank just in case it goes up on you. What are your thoughts on AMD? AMD. AMD just in the red again today. Let's go daily. Yeah, this is the area we're talking about. I mean, the big area for me is the 2276. If you get above that, then we're probably going to go to the 50 MA up here in the 618. If it cannot get above these pivots right here, look like it was breaking out of this trend line, got above it, kind of stalling out. It's got to stay above. Not much for me to do yet. Still in this range here, down and sideways. It hasn't really showed me anything other than, on a big rally day yesterday, we were barely positive. And then today we're, just kind of chopping around on a little bit of a down day. But It's not really showing me other than retrace down, retrace down, retrace, and let's see what happens. If this builds a base here, 20 MA curls into price and possibly higher prices. But you got to get over 22.21 and then fill this gap here right around the 22.82 before this one goes higher. But, looking at the overall chart, we're coming from a high pivot down here, and now we're consolidating in this lower range. And we have a little bit of a pennant. We did get above it yesterday, but it came right back in. Big area too is 2150. So, Ryan, not too much yet. I still, my opinion, we all have them. I still think we're coming down. And when this market's come down one more time, it might hold up through the holidays. I keep telling you guys that through December. I don't know. We get bad news with the Brexit and the tariffs and everything else that's out there. I don't even know. Uncle Jerome, he could still raise the rates. Yesterday, I'm neutral. And what does that mean, Uncle Jerome? Neutral. I would love to know. We're almost at neutral. I love their lip service. Close. We promise. It's just like, wow. So, AMD, nothing yet. Just kind of chopping around, nothing to do. Had a nice move off the 20 or the 200 MA. I mean, that's pretty much the spot where you want to buy. But if that area cracks right here, this trend line, we're most likely going to breach the 16-18 and start heading lower. But again, not much on the charts, just chopping around. But in the lower range, if you look at the weekly's a little bit better. You're inside this bar, chopping around at the lower range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks sideways off this lower bar. But you may, when we made this low here in the new low, that was kind of, we still haven't touched this 50 MA. We're coming close. That's at 1670. So again, we're not out of the woods yet. I want to see the weekly close on these charts, period. Twilio, perfect answer. Yeah, that's how you do it, Alex. Right now you just don't load the house. XLNX. XL. Let's pop that one up. XLNX. Going up, yeah, I was going to say, this is one I think we've been looking at this one too. Let's look at the weekly. Is this the one that retraced? Or is this one that just keeps going? Yeah, look at that, guys. We're waiting. It's getting there. I mean, if you want to start, we're up here. Let's see, monthly. Gosh, you gotta bring this one up, John, huh? So you could give it a shot. I mean, the monthly you're starting to get extended now, but look at the extension on this monthly chart before it came back down. You were big time extended. I know it was the .com crap and all that stuff. Again, just like Twilio, if you want to start adding, go with a quarter position. Know that you got to add it 95. Then you might have to add it 100, 101, 102 if it goes up. If you do it that way, 10% position right now would be a $10 stop. So that would put you right at 100, 101. So you definitely want to do a half position to give you a little bit wider stop. Okay, like 105 or so. But if you do a quarter, and quarter, and even at 100, 102, you will even have a full 10% position. But we're getting into this area, guys. This isn't bad. I still don't. What is this one? I don't know why it just. Why is it just keep rolling? Did they have news? I mean, it's a million. It trades a million shares, so that it had a little more. It must have had news on these 2 days, maybe earnings or something. But let's see if we could go a little more. Trying to be patient with some of these guys. I've been smoked on some of these where all of a sudden it's $110 stock, and it's like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Yeah, that's why, guys, I just small positions, make it simple, leaves the stress out. But yeah, it's getting there, guys. I also scalped Apple. We're going to scalp. You're an animal, Mark. Good job, buddy. Just remember, take that. It's in the back of your head. Bookie would tell me to get out. I'm getting out. Take the money and run. Just do it. Feels good when you scalp, take money, and you're done. And it's like, and then you sit there and go, all right, I want one more. No, don't get one more. You're green on a day. 3 good winners. Leave. Go play golf or something. Where it takes 3 hours, 4 hours. You come back, markets are closed, and then you can't do anything. Then you can't lose money. I've had days where I'm up 5, 6 grand scalping, and I'll go in that one last one, and I'll lose 3 grand, and it's like, ugh. I had a $6,000 day, and now I'm up 3. Awesome. Which then the psychological part is, well, I still made 3 grand. It's pretty good. No, I could have had 6 and went golfing and spent 100 on the course and still be 5,900 ahead. So you got to look at it like that too. But this one, yeah, we're getting right in our range, guys. Let's see if we get a couple more bucks. I mean, we're splitting hair right now at this time, but not bad. I mean, we got some volume pushing this up. I like seeing that. Let's see if we get one more day of pushing up. Let's say that again. Yeah, did you hear that, Caesar? I think you got it that time. OKTA, time to buy a put. Earnings on the 4th. Nah, not yet. Let's see if we could get through that earnings. If earnings it pops, then we'll buy the puts or do something like that. So let's take a look at it again. Yeah, nothing to do. Let it go into earnings. On earnings, if it pops, great. I mean, actually, well, it did fill the gap here, trying to get above the 50. I still like the 63 area, but this is where it looks like it's stalling out possibly. Nice 7 days up into gap fill, gap window. Not bad, but with earnings coming up, I wouldn't go into it. I mean, if you have to do it, Amar, just do one. If it pops up on earnings, then you're just going to have to add and maybe change your strike price a little higher or what have you. But yeah, nothing on this one yet. I like the retrace up here, but I like. I mean, you got a gap fill up here at 65. So not yet. It's holding this pretty good area support. Got a nice bounce up from here. Got a little follow through on the weekly. Yeah, not yet on this one. It looks like it's starting to run up before earnings. Let's see what happens the day of or day before, and we'll take a look at that one again. Exactly. Position size is #1 risk management rule. Keep it small, scale in and out. Yeah. You know, Mark, the funny thing is, you know, when like AAOI, or even, well, this is the one that on StockTwits where everyone was beating me up on this one. But, you know, it's funny. So I'm trying to short this thing. My average price was like $90 or 85, whatever the hell it was. I would have to look at my broker, but you know, I'm not. So I knew it was right around there. Whatever. Let's say it was $80. Okay, just getting wrenched. Okay, I know it was higher than that, but let's go 80. So everyone's StockBookie, you're getting killed. Well, first of all, if you have a half position, 8, it's a $16 stop. So $16 stop on this one will be right around $96 in a half position. So if you're adding more at 100, 101, you know, and that's what I didn't tell anyone on StockTwits. I said, hey, I added more. I was at a half position. Boom, got it in. And then when this one comes down, you know, I look like an idiot. Okay. Short and getting killed. Oh my God, StockBookie's getting ripped. But all the guys trying to buy the dip down here at 60, 50, 40, 30, they're all geniuses. I bought more AOI. I really did. Okay, great. What's your average price? $30. Oh, okay, great. But when I'm shorting this thing up here, I'm looking like a moron. Everyone, oh, why are you shorting that thing? I can't believe you're adding more. Look, Bookie adding more. Oh my gosh. But then the guy adding longs to a stock that's just bleeding out, he's a genius. Oh, we added more on AOI. Oh, dude, good job. Man, that thing's going to go higher. You know, but as I'm shorting here, everyone's going, oh, dude, you're getting your butt kicked. Then when it comes down, you know, they all block me. But at the same time, you know, why is everyone a genius like Buffett? Buffett bought more Apple at 190 on the dip. He must know something. But if he was shorting it as it was going up, you're an idiot. You're getting killed. It's like, what? So why is it when you go long, you're cool? When you go short, you're an idiot and you're upside down. But this one here, your average price is at 50, but you're buying more. Oh, Bookie's buying more long on AOI. He must know something. No, I don't know anything. But other than this is a pretty good area to bounce around 20. It's getting a little bit of a bounce. But next area, you know, this thing could easily be a $10 stock. So just be careful with this one. You know, this one, OSTK, same thing. You know, people are still trying to buy the, ooh, look at that. Did hold that area, though, down here. Interesting. Interesting, my friends. Yeah, look at that. It's all trying. It's trying. That was my area with the little trend line there. Not bad. I'm not in this trade, but this thing could actually bounce here. And I like, you know, well, yesterday everything was up. But look at that. Everything was up, and then it came right back in, but still sideways below the MA, still in a weak stance. I'd still like this thing about a little bit lower. But let's see, you know, right now it's just charts. Let's see if it holds. If it holds and goes up, hey, then for me at least, that was the right area. You know, I'm not in the trade, but at least I, you know, picked that one off. Kind of like GE, guys. I'm not in this one, but look at that. Look at my area holding, guys. And it's not like my area. It's just the trend line. Look at that. Look at that trend line, guys. Look where it's at. But see, this is where it could stop for that little bit of a bounce, get more people in, and then flush it to that $5 area. That's why I got to see where the markets are going. Apple's a little bit weak today. Yesterday's action was just bullshit, guys. Don't believe it. Exactly. Tech data company. Okay. There's they're a computer. Okay. Used to deal with them. Yep. Laugh out loud. Kramer Pump. Yeah. What's your thoughts on AXP? Yeah. AXP was hitting highs. So, shit. You could short. Let's look at them. Because I think they had earnings already. Yeah, it's not bad. If you want to take, you know, you can start nibbling on this one short. I mean, yesterday would have probably been the day, unfortunately. Yeah, because look at that. They pushed it up, guys. Damn it. Wait, what do you want for a put? Gosh, yes, yesterday would have been the day. I mean, it's not bad, though, if you want to buy puts. You know, maybe you got to go out at least a month or two on these because of December. If December floats, this thing could just stay right here and do nothing. You got to give yourself some time on these. And, you know, price would probably be about 106, 105, gap fill down here. If the markets really were to give it up, you'd probably be down to 100. So if you want to buy them in the money or maybe buy them a couple bucks out of the money, that wouldn't be bad. But give yourself a little time on these. It's not a bad short, though, up here, guys. It really isn't. So if someone's not short in that one already or, you know, looking at that one as short, you could take a stab at this one. It's not. It could probably go a little higher, so don't get crazy on me. Don't get crazy on me, people. And then send me emails about how you're going to stalk me and kill me now because I went all in on one trade and I lost everything. Oh man. I was getting an email from a guy a long time ago, and one of the guys who was I think it was AOI, is one of these trades that I was doing, and he was telling everybody, I'm losing my ass, StockBookie sucks, da 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 da. So I asked the guy, I'm like, hey man, you know, if you're taking these puts, you know, no more than 1 to 3% of your total portfolio, what are you in? He's like, well, I'm in 10 grand with these. I'm like, 10,000? I'm like, really? Like, holy crap. So what's your account size? Like $500,000 or so? And he's like, no, it's 20,000. I was like, what? And then he, you know, proceeds with saying, you know, telling everybody, I'm losing all my money with this guy, this and that. And I'm like, what? And then I'm finding out more that he's taking like 50% positions, 100% positions and options, and he's losing his ass. And it's funny, I looked at his Twitter stuff a couple months back, and the same thing. He's talking to another trader telling him that, I'm losing my ass. You don't know anything what you're talking about. I keep losing on every trade. And it's like, wow. You know, that's where it comes to money management, guys. So critical in what we do here. You know, so I'm sure Uncle will raise the rates in December, maybe. Maybe we'll see. But XAP, you could take some puts. If anything, I would just short it with shares. Damn, yesterday would have been the area with the puts. That would have been the area for that one, though. And shares right here is fine. You know, because you are extended. You know, you look for that maybe $5 pullback, get half out, then look for the net rest of it and get half out. Look for that 10%. And see what happens, guys. Give me a second, guys. I just yeah, looking at VEEV, that VEEV. Who called that one yesterday? That was just awesome. Someone asked me in the room yesterday about that one. Hey, take a look at VEEV. Whoever did, I thank you for that one. That was just awesome. That one came in beautifully. All right, let's see here. XP pump. What do you think about BTC? BTC, what is that? Is that Bitcoin? What's a web dog? What is the is there an ETF for BTC or anything like that? I don't get that. I don't get that chart. Let me know if there's an ETF on that one. Someone told me there was an ETF on that one. I'm not sure what it was. But if you guys know the ETF on the bit, is that Bitcoin? I could take a look at that. Long-term, they remain quiet, relevant in markets, and likely gain their large competitors. I'm currently short, however. You're short that one. What was that one? The TE, the TECD or ALNX? Let's see. Hold on here. You're short on AMD, Ryan? Yeah. Yeah, you're okay with that one. We shorted it. We were upside down. We got our money out. I got the hell out. I don't mess around, guys. I take the money and run. Yeah, he might raise them in December. We'll have to see. You know, right now they're in neutral territory, guys. John, okay, thanks. No problem, bud. Unless a chip company, best semiconductor fundamentals at the moment. That ILNX, yeah, but the INLX, that thing's at the highs. So, again, let's see if we get a little bit more out of it. If it is one of the best chip companies, you know, then let's see if we get to that 100 marker. If we get to the 100 marker, then it's a dead on short. It's definitely stretched on the monthly. It's getting there on the monthly. It's pretty stretched, but gosh, you know, you could start here, guys. That I don't mind, but we're still in December. Still, you know, still a tough trade. It's getting to be a high flyer. You know, first price target is 71. So, you know, you're looking at a $20 drop. We'll be way out of that thing beforehand. That's what I'm saying. So if you go half position with a 20, you know, on an $18 stop at 10%, you're way the hell up here. 5% position, you go right there. That's 10% there. So either way, there's your stop out for the gain, stop out for the loss. I don't think we're getting to 110. Maybe. That's why we'll wait patiently on this one. Let's see here. Hey, guys, how's it going? Hey, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Too early to short DAL and MCD? No, MCD shorted. DAL's tough. I mean, I'm in a UAL trade getting my ass handed to me. Not handed to me, but I'm upside down. I still, let's see if we can get past that 60 on this one. I'm still playing this one. You got to remember, gas is going down. Oil's getting cheaper, so that could possibly pop these trades up a little bit higher. I like the chart setup. I like what everyone's looking at on this. I love the trend line up here with the trend line double top on this side. See how every time it gets up, it comes right back in. Every time it gets up, it comes right back in. But this time we had a little bit shorter of a retrace and then a pop up. So let's see if we get a little bit more. Kind of like this here. See how we had that? We got the short retrace and we had a couple months up to the high. Then I had the little bit longer term retrace, then the pop up. Little short term and then the pop up. So do we get something like this where it just came down 2 candles and then 5 months up? Or do we get the quick retrace again here? That's what we're kind of trying to feel out. And I'd rather go a little bit 60, 61 maybe 62. So on that one there. MCD, it's a short, but remember you got to do, you know, strict money management. This thing could go to 200. So it's starting to get stretched though, guys. It is McDonald's, you know, good burgers and fries. Oh man, you know they got that new menu. You know, the buttermilk. What are those? Chicken tenders or whatever. So it is fading a little bit today. You know, look at that. So it makes the new all-time high. Everyone's, you know, they're getting everybody in up here, guys. Gap it up. Yeah, this is a nice little fade though. So we'll see. We'll see if that was the area. But the DAL, I mean, the DAL you can, but I want to see what happens with the gas and stuff like, you know, then they'll start pumping it, you know, airlines are going up, gas is cheap. They'll start pumping that action in there. And then next thing you know, they're going higher. So be careful with that one. But the MCD, I have no problem with. How did you know VEEV would be a good short on earnings? I don't really know, Natalie, for that one, as it was popping up. You know, I was looking at areas on the charts. I was like, all right, you know what? This is a huge area right here. We had an old gap fill around 104. We had this. This is where it came in. It consolidated, and then that's where it started breaking down. So you look at the area where it was breaking down. So everyone who was buying up in here, you know, on the high, bought here, oh yeah, bought up here, oh yeah, here it goes. And then all of a sudden right here, there, you know, pulls back a little bit more. They're like, oh man, it's cheap up here. Holy cow, I got to buy more. So they're piling in right here on this candle. Then all of a sudden you get the rug pull. So everyone who was buying up here all these days or weeks or whatever, they're all bag holders at this point, okay? I mean, sometimes they don't work out perfectly, but this is the guys who taught me how to trade would tell. This is the story they would tell me, all right? It's story time with StockBookie. So everyone who stuck up here becomes sellers. So if you've been in this thing since October, September, and of course you're in a huge position because nobody uses money management anymore. Everyone just goes all in. It's VEV. It's got to go higher. That's what Kramer said, you know. And then they put the CEO on. He comes on CNBC. Yeah, I bought more, you know, an inside buyer. That must mean something, since the guy who's worth $100 million bought $1 million worth of his own stock. Doesn't care. Insider trading means nothing, other than somebody was buying or selling. You know, sometimes it means something, but so a lot of bag holders are up here. So when this thing gets back to break even, 105, 106, 104, these guys who got their money and they're all in, holding, you know, white knuckling it for months. The smart guy's like, shit, I'm out of this thing. There's no way I'm going to be in this thing. And if it comes right back up and starts fading again, and next thing you know, it's at $80, and this guy's still stuck up here. So a lot of these buyers that were up here become sellers. And then that's what creates the wall when this thing pops up into earnings. And then, you know, we got the fade. So as soon as that thing, I mean, it was up higher after earnings yesterday. The high today was right here. So hold on here. 60 minutes. And then you got your 60 minute here. This is at the 105. I mean, you can see it a little bit better on the 60 minute. Not a lot better, but see how it came in, retraced up, and then that's where it started breaking down. So you got a lot of resistance right up in here, 104, 105. And then, of course, you know, if it keeps going up, you got the next level at 109. So $4 higher. So when you take this trade, if you're in it with 200 shares, say 100 shares, you know this thing could go up another $5 on you. So you better say, hey, this is a $500 loss if it goes to double top. So you got to know your risk on that end too. These gap plays are completely different analysis, guys. This crap takes a while to get. And sometimes they work like this one, like magic. Sometimes they go up against you. And when they do, it's just like, but that's when you got your risk management. You know, if you're getting in this thing around 105, it could go to double top. So you better damn well you don't go 10,000 shares knowing that you can be 50 grand upside down, unless you got a massive account. But, you know, if you can handle, you know, if you take 100, know that if you get in this, it could be $500 loss. And you better have more to add another 100 shares and average that out. But this one came in real nice, though. But as soon as it came in, I wasn't messing around. I took it off pre-market. I didn't even wait. So if you look at pre-market here, I was like, I opened my charts and I was like, oh wow, goodbye. I didn't even. It wasn't even thinking about it. I mean, this is where I was taking it off right here. At the open, it bounced up, came in a little bit lower, but they held the 200 MA. That's where we got the bounce. So even if I wouldn't have sold here, I would have sold here. Actually, I probably would have just got the hell out. Next thing you know, you're right back to 105. But it came right back in, fell back. But as we were, you know, breaching this area here, I was like, I'm done. Not even going to wait. I thought for sure 100 would be good support, and it blasted right through that. So it was like, get me out. So yeah, so that you know, you just got to look at areas. You're doing a little bit of time frame alignment. This one's not good with that, but you know, say if stocks are coming down, you're looking at certain areas. So on the weekly, you have 79.61, great support on the weekly. So say $80. So on the daily, now you're looking at daily. All right, so at 83, you got good support down in here with these pivots. So 83, you got the 200 MA. At $80, you have the 80 or the 50 MA at 80. So now you got two areas of support. So you got to line them all up to take a trade. especially like scalping, guys. Scalp trading. That's I used to do a ton of that stuff. Anything with the BTC, guys? Hold on here, Vive. Thoughts on ecom? Ecom. Let's see, monthly. Yeah, nothing to do here. Yeah, they popped it on some news probably months ago. Got everybody on board. Big resistance right here. Still inside this huge bar. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. Now it's getting below the MAs. And the monthly, that's not looking pretty. Oh, gosh. Look at this. So, see what they do, guys? Let's see where we went retrace-wise. Probably the 618. Yeah, jeez. So everyone buys here at the 618. You get the bounce. Everything looks great. They get everybody back in, and then they slam them. This is $10 is the last line of defense. If $10 gives out, you're most likely going to 9 and then 830. But if the 10 holds, then you got to get back above the MAs. Once you get it back above the MAs, then you can go. But, you start getting back towards 1432 to 1564. You got to take something off the table. It's not bad down here. But after, high pivot and just coming right back in, again, guys, you make the high, comes in, another retrace, makes a lower high, comes right back in. Is that pretty much the story, what's going on here? And the other ones I'm looking at too, guys, let's see where Goldman is. We get these rallies and everything. Goldman really didn't do shit yesterday. It did, but not that good. We filled the gap, guys, right back down, still in the lower range, so we're not out of the woods yet, guys. But ecom, yeah, be careful with that one. The $10 area is not bad if you're in it around there. Just hold tight. If you start cracking this $10 990 area, you got to get the hell out. But first target would probably be 1093, then 1162, and then 12. If you get above that, then maybe higher prices. But if you can't even get above the 20 MA, this thing could curl and come right back in. So just be careful. But even if you're in from 10 to 11, that's a good 10% move. I'd be done. I'd be like, thank you very much, and see you next time. You know me, guys. GBTC. Okay, hold on here. I called V. Oh, did you? Leo. Good call, buddy. I owe you. I made some real good money on that one today. That's why, like, today I made good money on that. It's like, whatever. I don't care. I want to go golfing. That's what I want to do, guys. I want to golf. Every day. All right. All right, hold on here. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, Ryan AMD, exactly. So you're short that one. Yeah, see, we were short from like 2350 area, 24. When it got to 1850, I was done, gone. And it still went lower, of course. Yeah, that was great, Leo. Love that one. I mean, that was perfect. 105 area, and bam. Good night. There's a trust for Bitcoin, GBTC. All right, let's see. GBTC. This is a trust, though. I don't know if it does it work the same as Bitcoin? Let's see. Yeah, I guess it does. There it was, and there it fell. So Bitcoin's down a little bit today. Is it going with Bit? Was it B? What? Let's see here. God, Stock Twins isn't working that good today, huh? So BTC, I just want to see, is Bitcoin down? So let's see. So see, this one's down. So Bitcoin's up today, and this one's down today. So does this correlate with Bitcoin at all? Kind of like the JNUG with miners, kind of like that. Grayscale, ticker GC holds Bitcoin as pseudo ETF for Bitcoin cold storage of coins. Oh, so that's not really. This one's going lower. I want something that's going to go with Bitcoin, up or down. It looks like it's getting killed with Bitcoin, but today this thing's down 2% and Bitcoin's up 1%. So I do not get the I don't have a chart for Bitcoin. I wish I did. So if you guys know anything, know any other one or an ETF for that one, let me know. Let's see here. Okay, looks like they're holding X up. Let's see. So Carter, you're the one that was asking me with X, correct? For the bounce. Were you asking me to bounce or short? Yeah, they're trying. Remember, everything was up for the most part yesterday, so everything caught that bid. Still a little bit stretched from the 20. It could make a run for the 26, 27 area. Let me open this one up. I think there was lower pivots though on this one. Yeah, see, weekly close. You got to get back up to 200. I got to see what it does tomorrow. This thing, I mean, if it holds the 22 or the low here, that's fine, or even this little pivot right here. But at the end of the day, it's 20 and then 1856, and if that gives out, step aside. Let's look at that. Down, nice bearish pattern. Down, kind of bearish here under the MAs. See how the 20 is just curling, and this thing's just going with the 20 MA. This could have been the shakedown here, get everybody out. We're almost at 100% retrace from the lows. But this is getting critical here. If it cracks this 1856, and then I think this thing could be a $10 stock again. I wouldn't short it. I would have been shorting it here off this 46 area. I think we actually did. I mean, look at that double top, guys. Perfect. Perfect. Even this one here. Short term, hit that. Boom, right down. Retraces up. Boom, right back down. There are no, no. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. The GBTC, I have no idea with that one. Oh. So it's like an option, kind of like USO and the SCO. I gotcha. Let's see. Hold on here. TOL. Okay. TOL. Yeah, nothing to do on this one. It's a beaten out name. My gosh, look at that. Holding the 750. But now it's trying to make a run for the 20 moving average on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Daily's a little better. Made the low. Made a higher low. This would have probably, it would have been nice if it would have filled the gap and then bounced. But trying to get back, bottom line, you got to get back over this pivot here around 34, 34. If it gets back above that, it should make a run for 38. Still have this pivot. See how this came in, then it broke down right here. That's going to be a big area too, around 35. You are back above the 50 and the 20 MA, so it's in a little bit more of a bullish stance. But kind of looks like it's kind of running out of steam here. So if you are in this thing long from 29, maybe take a little bit off the table. Home builders have been weak, and data's been coming out crappy with homes. So just be careful. It is a low. This thing has been getting the beat down, so that's I think that's what you're kind of looking at. See something here. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, you got two tails here. It's not bad. They're trying to hold it up. Yeah, I mean, for me, gosh, nothing. The bounce area would have been down in here around 30. So if you're in it from 30, hold on tight. See if you get a little bit more. 35 is going to be big resistance, 38, and then 40. But if it does, if it does start creeping higher, yeah, I mean, this is not a bad buy. It is. It was a $54 stock. I mean, that's what the people. It was 54. Now it's 33. It's cheap down here. It still could go lower. But these two tails telling me that there are some buyers coming in here. Will it hold? Time will tell, basically. Markets hold throughout December. This should go higher. Markets stay choppy and grinding up and down. Then it's kind of a wild card. But it is in a better stance on the daily chart, above the MAs. But you're hitting resistance right in here. So long from down here, yeah, tighten the stops. Long from here, I would have to wait maybe for another retrace. See if it holds these lows. If it holds the lows, then go long. But right now, you're still in this bottom range, chopping around up and down. Kind of in a channel now again, if you look at it that way. Here's your channel right here. So you got your lower channel, you got your higher. Oops, you got your higher channel. So that's where you're kind of boom, boom. So is this the end of the run here? A little bit better stance above the MAs. But a little bit of a tail here. Now, does it lead, does it go down to the lows again? So not for me, guys. I got to get more direction in these markets. Starting to catch another bid. Oh my gosh. It's crazy, guys. That's why now it's just like Hey Todd, are you in here? I just got an email from a member. I don't know. I'm pretty open with everything, guys. Autodesk, short twice, he got murdered. Okay. DIA put, loser. We're still in that put. I don't know how that's a loser at this point. Clorox loser. We just opened that position up 2 days ago. I'm not sure. Not sure what you're looking at. We're upside down $1 something, $2 on this trade. Still in that trade, Todd. MCD adding to that, and he's not trying to bitch. I'm sure I have missed a few scalps, but that's rough. My luck, I look for short strategy and find a new stock bookie, and I probably land on one of your worst weeks this year. I believe in you, though, and we'll reload a StockBookie account and hope it returns for you. I ride out 45 more days and see what happens. Only down a few grand. Well, Todd, if you're in this live stream, are you doing big positions? How are we just entered these trades? So I'm not sure what you're saying, bud. Are you in here, bud? So he's a new member. He's got to listen to my videos a little bit closer, I think. So I don't know. Anyways. But yeah, I'm still holding these positions, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. What other position was he in? MCD. We talked about that one too. I don't know how many times I could tell people, you got to hold tight. You're not going all in. Slow and steady on these. These are monthly chart plays, just like with puts. I'm going to tell everybody again. You don't take a put play on this a week out. It's monthly chart. You got to take it 6 months out, 4 months out, 5 months out. That's how you play these. You don't take a put position a week on a monthly chart with a weekly put. You can't go to December 7th on this one or December 21st. These take time. This thing might not roll over until 200. It's hard. Look when it rolled over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And it was still just chopping around. It rolled over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You went from 130 to 110. These aren't weekly put options or even a month out. These are a couple months out. And I tell people I don't take puts on these. These are a little bit more kind of a short and hold, just like going long, on a beat down trade. If you're gonna go long GE, you don't go all in right here. You got to know you got $6 and maybe even 5 it might go to. But you're not doing a 10% position right here. You just can't. Knowing that $5 is the next level, or 582. But you know that price target right now is $17 on this. It could still go lower, just like MCD could still go higher. It's the same damn play, but the opposite way. This could go to 200, maybe 205. So, an Autodesk, we made money on that. And I'm back in that thing. So I'm not sure, Todd, what you're doing. See, and if you can't, you got to follow the rules, guys. That's it. Here we go. Let's see here. And strict money management. If you're going all in on every trade, yeah, you're getting your ass kicked. Pretty simple. I'm telling you that right now. Like I tell everybody, then I might not be your service. Then go find someone who's putting out trades all the time that you're doing it. And if you're not doing the right share size or the right money size, you're going to lose with everybody. Doesn't even matter. If you're going in all in on every trade, you're going to lose. Simple. Bottom line. So, and that's pretty much it. I'm pretty much open, guys. When I'm taking these trades, it's trading. But if you're going to do it, you got to use strict money management, period. That's why a lot of these trades just say, that's it. Sorry. And again, and when I tell people like these spec plays when I buy puts or calls, buy one put, one call. I get an email, dude, I'm getting killed on this thing. Great. So you're losing $175, one call? No, man, I bought 10 calls. All right. How is that my fault again? Just like the guy when we were doing the, you buy a $10 million position in Tesla. And then it's like, what are you doing? And Autodesk, here, Todd, if you're in here, here's Autodesk. Shorted shares at 134, covered at 131.50. Next pivot, 136, covered it again. Another $3.50. Did it again, shorted shares, 137, covered half again. Added more here at 138, covered half again. Now we added more at 140. How are you losing on this trade? We covered half. We covered half 4 times on this trade. He said he's losing his ass on this trade. Okay. I'm not quite sure where. Apparently you're going way too heavy, bud. So, and CL Clorox, we just went into that trade. They're not all going to fly. I wish they were all like the VEEV one, but my gosh. But anyways, whatever. No, Gary, you know what, Gary, thanks for that. But I do lose, guys. I'm a trader. What do you want? But when I lose, it's going to be small. I'm not going to get my ass kicked. That's it. We need to say small, shy. Yeah, 100 times. Yeah. I only shorted 15 shares of MCD yesterday. Laugh aloud. It'd be cool. Yeah. But big shot or seen 15 shares. If that's all you can do, perfect. If you get it up to $2,000 and you get a 10% pullback, you make your 200 and get the hell out. Got to go slow. That's why when I was trading with those guys years ago and they were doing the same thing, like you said, they would go 1,000 shares short of Google at $500. And it's like, well, you guys can do that. Yeah, but it doesn't make any difference. If you get a 10% pullback, you're still getting 10% of whatever you're willing to risk. If you have $100,000 and the most you're willing to risk is $10,000, start at $2,500. If it pulls back 10%, you make $250. Options, you'll get paid more, but option players, most of them are getting killed, especially markets like this. There'll be times, like our put position on the DIA. If you have one contract, oh my gosh, you're down $110. Woohoo! But if you bought 50 contracts, not my problem, guys. I told you, buy small. These are all, we buying puts when the markets are flying up. That's when you buy puts. You don't buy puts when everything's just jicky-jacking around and the premium's getting killed. You buy puts on a big up move. That's what I do. We hit resistance yesterday. That's how I play it. Kind of like Goose. We took that trade. We went back in when it, that's another one. Came in, went down, added again, did it again, shorted again, and got out. We shorted it here, got paid. Entered here, got paid. Did it again, out. And then I'll get a trade. I'll get an email. Hey, I lost on Goose. What happened? Okay, yeah, exactly. What happened? Like the CRM, we were out of that most of that trade. We went back in, knowing that we had big resistance up in here. I think I did a video on this one. Here's the last end of the road right here. Let's see if it will get to it, and it did. Sometimes that's why you go small. And these play even Autodesk. That's an earnings play. But again, you know what? I got some new members in here. And I just got to, you just got to go over these trades. I mean, yeah, Autodesk could go to 150. Yeah, it definitely can. I made money on that one, though. You know what? I'm back in it. And if it keeps going, I'm going to be slow. 148 is my next area. I got room to add because I'm not blowing my load in one shot here, guys. slow and steady. You know, I always write in big letters, slow and steady, spec play, this play. Man, can't hold everyone's hand all the time. You know, again, guys, if you don't like my service, cancel it. That's it. That's it. You know, so you're the only guy who consistently tells her trade. Yeah, Mark, you're probably, I guarantee now, if you've been listening to me, every time you go into a trade with a big position, you're like, shit, StockBookie wouldn't do this, right? That's it. You know, that's why, you know, and I get these emails all the time, guys. The secret sauce is time on these trades. Yeah. John, look at CBR double top. Yeah, let's see. I think we looked at that one yesterday. Started getting like a little drama here. Oh, man, look at that. But that's all right. You know what? Hey, look at that. Right to it, too. Damn it. Yeah, I didn't get this one. Todd, stop using the mortgage money to trade. Yeah, nah, don't start, guys. But no, you know, if you're in here, Todd, just slow and steady, man. And a lot of these trades that you said, I'm losing on this, I'm losing on that. Okay. I'm losing on AutoZone. I'm losing on Alta. I'm losing on McDonald's too. I'm losing on that. But you know what? My money management is okay. You know, again, if you could find a trader that can hit every trade, let me know. I want to sign up for his service too. I'll bring him on live and we'll just trade with him or her as well. That'd be awesome. Yeah, look at this one, Leo. Damn it, man. Did you get this one? Look at that, right to it, guys. We were looking at this one. I mean, a little bit more, maybe. Deep breath, deep breath. Oh, man, damn. I mean, it was only a couple bucks higher, but yeah, I still like it. Let's look at the monthly one more time. Man, yeah, I didn't take it. If you guys want to take this one, great. I'm gonna wait for. See if we could poke to 190 or so. What is our earnings coming up on this one? Cry, yeah. No, yeah, that's so true though, Carter, with the mortgage money. Shit, that's dangerous stuff. High Flyers earnings tonight, PANW. Splunk, yeah, Splunk, we shorted that one too. BMW, huh? Let's see, PANW. Let's look at that one. Yeah, that's not a high flyer. This one was up here. This one, but this is another one. You know, if we get a massive bounce up into this area, this is where we're going to be looking. All right, on PN at around the 220, 230 area. If it gets the big bounce, Splunk. Yeah, I've traded that one before. Okay, but it's Splunk. Yeah, look, high flyer, guys. We were taking this one back here. This was when I was in stock. No, I wasn't in stock. I was taking this one short here. I took a short here, and then we shorted here too. Yeah, that trade. Where is it? Is gold coming up right now? I think we did Splunk twice this year. I want to say at least once. Yeah, and that was coming up here. Anywhere in let's see. So I'm looking in June. That one we might have got, you know, and then going back to Autodesk too. You know, we had a lot of winners on Autodesk. Yeah, so Splunk we had at least one time this year. I thought we had it twice because it popped up again and we did it again. Let's see. But yeah, this is one to watch for. This was a high flyer, though, coming in. Okay, yeah, we did. And that was one we had to add a little bit. It's Splunk, you know. 833 on this can. Yeah, on this one. So they were taking it to the house right here. Monthly chart. I was like, oh, geez, here we go again. But, you know, it's Splunk, you know. So we were adding, our average price was 116.84. It went against us. We covered half at 10 or 106, and we covered that right here in October when it was coming down. But I knew 87 was the price target, and when it was down here, it was 80 bucks. So even if I'm short at 115 or 110, 120, anywhere up in this area would have been a good short. And then the last half we got out at 105. So it took the extra buck and cent. And then, of course it goes freaking to 87 and then 83. But you know what? I'm not looking for too much. I got my 10, 11 bucks or my 10% and I'm done. That's it. On to the next one, guys. And every time I cover, it seems to go down. That's pretty much the story of my life. CBLR already reported. Let's see that one again. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't mind this one. If you want to take this one short, go for it. But remember, Joe, have a little bit left just in case if it pierces, just like these little 2 times. So if it goes to 190, it could go to 200. That could be the piece of, what? This is the fly. That's the crap. That could go right there. Markets stay buoyant during December. These can grind higher, so just be careful with these. VMW. Let's look at that one real quick. These are all earning plays today. Ooh, look at that. This could be a good one, guys. Watch me. We're going to watch VMW tonight. Gap and crap. Probably look for 175, 180 even number. There is nothing up here. So if it starts piercing 170, 175, 180, 185, stuff like that, this will be, you got to go real small, especially if it pops. I mean, this thing could go to 200. Never know. So be careful, but monthly chart, it is stretched. Price target will be around 125. So even if you got in around 170, 180, know your price target's around 125, 130. So you still have a good target price, even if you got, stuck at, 180 and this thing goes to 200. You know that your price target's going to be 130, 140 right in there. So you still have a 40-point drop. That will get you your 10% and be done with it. You ever tell people to buy this light? Yeah, I do. I do, Mike. Like for the CBLR, that one, you could do 3 days ago earnings. Okay. There you go. You could take that one. Is that why it popped then possibly on the earnings? Yeah, that's why it popped right there. Yeah, that, you know what? Then definitely you could short this one right here. Well, there you go, Mike. If you want to short this one with shares, take it. But know that you might have to add a little bit more if the markets continue to go higher. We're true believers in no more than 10% of your total portfolio in any position in shares only. So if you have a $100,000 account, no more than 10 grand. If you want to take options with a $100,000 account, no more than 3 grand. And right now I would put it at maybe a grand, 1,500, half of that. Just like the puts we bought yesterday or yesterday in the DIA and a couple of the indexes. I had a member today. He was saying that the DIA puts a loser. Yeah, right now it's a loser. Doesn't mean we still have a week on it. And again, it's a $110 put. If you can't handle losing $110, then don't take the put, especially a week out. I'm looking for maybe a good pullback, quick, maybe 2-day pullback here. If we get it, great. I'm taking these put plays because we're in this resistance, guys. We're right back into these pivots, right back into here, guys. It's a pretty good area of resistance. 274, 275, and even up a little bit more here. Gap fill. We got the short. Is this the short-term retrace? Maybe. They're holding it here. SPY was into resistance. IWM into resistance up in here. Same thing. All these pivots here. Okay. That's what I'm looking at. That's why I'm taking these trades. I'm not taking the trade just, oh, wow, let's just hop in this thing, see what happens. I'm taking the trades because we're into some resistance on these charts. And after a couple days up here and a nice big push up, this is where you buy a put. We're still upside down on these trades. But, I wish we would have hit them right. We went in a little early yesterday, but that's okay. Again, they're small positions. I think the biggest one, if you're only buying 1 or 2 contracts, I mean, if you're in the Qs, $188. You're in the IWM, $186. The only one that you'd be losing a little bit more would be the SPY. You'd be down maybe $300. I think what was the price on that one? Yeah, that was probably a 306, 310 or something like that. So that would be the biggest one. If you can't handle losing $310, then don't take the trade. Sit around. These markets are going up and down, up and down. We got a little bit of a rally going, great. So into a little bit of a rally with a push like this, I'm gonna put a position on right here. That's how I'm playing that one. Example, I'm buying 2% of Apple right this minute. 2% of Apple. Buying for the upside? Let's look at the GLD. GLD. Yeah, getting a little trying. I like that though. We're back above the MAs. See if we can hold this and get going now. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. But remember, we made the low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. I think these are just shake people out, bring it up, shake people out, bring it up, shake people out. See if we get this ball. Let's see if we get this ball rolling. I'm in from 1180 area, 11180 area, so I'm in the driver's seat on this one. So, high flyers tonight, yeah. I'm gonna look at those. Even Splunk too. Splunk could be a good one. I've shorted these things after hours, though. These can be pain in the asses as well. That's why I know, if you're doing gap plays on earnings, small positions, guys. You learn, you know what? You learn real quick if you take a big position. On the right side, it's great. On the wrong side, it's a nightmare. VMware ER 1129. Yes, I'll look at those tonight. Do you ever tell people to buy? Yeah, I do, Mike. 3 days ago, earnings CBL already reported. Yep. Yeah, CBLR. Yeah, that's not. You could short that one. That's not bad. Shares though. If you're gonna take puts, go a couple months out, guys. Jeez. Example: I'm buying 2% of Apple right this minute. With what? 2% of your portfolio in what? Calls, puts? What are you doing, Mike? Todd, traders will lose. Part of the game. Learn and improve. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to beat up on Todd, but it's like, you get emails and he's saying he's losing in all these trades, and it's like, wow, we just actually got in some of these. And then the one Autodesk shorted. He shorted twice, and he said he got murdered. I'm not sure with that one. Clorox, we just took that one. And MCD, I've been telling everybody slow and steady. And the DIA put, yeah, I get that one. I'm losing on that one too. Let's see. We bought at 110. Where's this thing now? Let's see. It's at 70 cents. So I getting killed. Did it lose yet? I don't know. I didn't cut it, so it's not lost yet. We still have a little bit of time on it, so I don't know. Again, that's all right. Whatever. Let's see. Breaking news: Fed points to December rate hike, but worries of tariffs and debt. Yeah, gosh, yeah. Is that what was that breaking news right now? Jeez. I was just asking if you make announcements like that in your live stream. No, Todd. What I'll do, if I'm seeing Apple, let's look at Apple right here. Okay, let's pull them back a little bit. What I would do, I'd say, all right, guys, you know what? This thing's consolidating a little bit nicely. Let's see if it comes back down and hits the 200 MA. If it holds this point here at the 177.73, you might be able to buy it. This would have been the buy area down here if it would have hit the 200 MA. It never did. Did it hit an even number or something? Yeah, it hit 178, a little bit of a pierce. Down here, if it would have kissed this at 177.59, that would have been a buy area. But it would have been a quick in and out. 177, you get the buck and get the hell out. Comes right back in. This is what scalpers are looking for. On a 60-minute time frame, a little more bearish, down sideways, inside bar, holding this. But the only problem is we have the 20 and the 50 MA holding this thing up. So even if this bearish pattern played out, you have really good support at 176.64. So if it did come down, it still come down $2 or so. So I'd probably start pulling it off there. If this area breaks, then the selling's on. Something like that. Like the CBLR, if you want to take that trade short, I would prefer shares. That's no problem with the CBLR. We're going off the monthly time frame on this one. This is not a trade we're going to hold for a day, for a half a day. This is a trade that might have to hold a little longer. Price target would be around 158 right now, 160, so a $20 drop. You see, every time it hits this trend line, what does it do? But does it break out? And Mike, what I'm telling my traders here, you can't, maybe a quarter position right here. You're going to do 100 shares and 25 shares right there. Okay. If you're doing puts, you got to go out a couple more months. You got to go out at least 3 months, 4 months. Then it kind of plays it more like you're buying shares. So if this goes down $1, the options squeak up. Yeah, we're getting another bid in the market. So. Yep, breaking. Yep, there you go. 4th September hike, but we're worried. So they're already talking about no hike. Oh man, we can't hike this thing. There's no way. I have one contract, January 1923 calls for 162, now trading at one. For which one, Carter? Oh, for US Steel. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you know, at least you're going to January. But yeah, this one's not bad. Just remember it could go to 190, 200. Did have earnings, you know, a couple days ago. Markets keep grinding. Everything could go. They want the markets to go up so bad, guys. They're going to throw anything out there. They, meaning the Fed chairman, Trump, all these guys. They'll bring Buffett out. You just watch. Every time the markets go down and getting killed, who do they bring out? Becky Quick and Warren Buffett. Every time. And then they bring Tepper. Then they bring in, what was the other one? Citron. They bought Apple. They bought NVIDIA. Citron did. They really did. You know, but they have 45 days to tell people what they did, guys. You know, they could have bought NVIDIA at 190 and getting hammered right now. You know, that's what comes out, every 45 days, what these guys are buying. So yeah, the Carter, the X, I mean, it's not a bad area. Just be careful. You know, it's looking a little bit ugly, but it's, you know, it's clawing its way. You know, right here. But, you know, you start getting below that $22 area, and then you're going to have to rethink this one. Then 20, then the 18. But, yeah, this is a nice little area. You got some volume here. You're a little bit stretched. Like I said before, if you start getting up to this 26, 27 area, cut it. Even have a gap fill around 25, too. That's going to be some resistance, too. And this low pivot. So if you get a couple bucks out of this thing, your options are doing good, cut it. Yeah, I activated Windows. I bought the software. If someone hacked me, I don't care. So I was asking if you make announcements that, yeah, I do. Live streams, we're just going over stuff a little bit more, you know, just going over stocks, looking for high flyers, looking for low flyers. If I see anything, yeah, I'll throw out a trade. I've done that before. But what I'm looking to do, Mike, is I'm doing these live streams for free. I want to get a bunch of members on board. I'd like to have a private stream with 100 people. And then, you know, once I teach all you guys the technical analysis and what I'm looking for, we could just be out banging out trades every day. That's what my goal is. I'd love to bang out 10 trades a day. You know, I don't know if we'll get that, but, you know, if we get a bunch of eyes on the market and everyone's looking the same thing I'm looking at for double tops and stretch charts and Fibonacci's and moving averages. And hey, John, this one's coming down big time. Like, what was one that was falling the other day? Oh, pizza. I will never get a bounce. Yeah, I mean, this thing was falling like a rock. So we pulled the chart up. We're like, all right, well, let's look at it. Let's see where it's going to bounce. And so we put the fibs on there and stuff. Let's see, where did it bounce? Yeah, there's just, you know, right there would have been the level. And then you had down in here, and then you had this part right here around 37. Just never made it. So, you know, you get falling knives like this, you got to be real careful with it. You know, my area would have been right about there, 37.42, just never made it. 38 wasn't bad. You know, you hit this little pivot here. And, you know, once it went through this area here at 43 and then 40, and then it's like, oh, you better look at lower areas. So we were looking a little bit lower, and it just never made it. And you got a nice bounce, though. Actually, here, this wasn't the time, but then you got the bounce here, comes back up. And then you got this pivot right here at 48. And then the next area would have been 46 or so. So it never really got there. Let's see, daily. Yeah, daily a little bit better. Yeah, that was the other one. But, you know, around here, 45. 45, I think we were looking at, even 43. You know, it held this area, though, pretty good. 48. But, you know, even on this fall here, when it was falling on this one, you know, you gotta look at good areas. You know, it just blasted through this one. So you're like, whoa, this thing's going to go lower. And that's where you got to open up the charts and say, all right, you got this pivot here. This is before it came up and retrace. And, you know, but same thing, guys. Look at this. Retrace, tries to make a new high. Retrace, lower high. Retrace, lower high. Retrace, lower high. What did that lead into? More dumping. I mean, this was news, I believe, with someone not buying it or something. But, man, right back down. I mean, even 43 is a good area. So you just got to watch out for stuff like this, you know, and falling knives. You know, this is for Mike. You know, we were looking at this one, but just couldn't really find. I mean, the 48 area wasn't too bad, but, you know, it went a little bit lower. I like the 45 area right in here. this pivot before we broke out. So yeah, I mean, if we find trades here, yeah, heck yeah. And we're going up again. Damn, just won't stop now. But what do we have on the SPY, guys? 47 million. Light volume prevails. Here we go. Same old crap. Nobody's selling. Everything's fine. Just let it go higher. See, what's going to happen is they're going to let it go higher, and then they're going to come and sell more. Remember, if you have 20 million shares of the SPY, are you selling at the lows, or are you going to wait for them to grind it on light volume and then start dumping at the highs again? It's called distribution, guys. You're not going to distribute at the lows. You're going to wait for these guys to push it up and do nothing as a big institution. Because as a big institution, you know, right now we're going up. As long as we're not doing anything and selling, this thing's just going to keep grinding. You know, now after the fact, yeah, we should have bought calls down here. Damn right we should have, but we didn't. You know, I wanted to see if we were going to pivot. When we came up and pivot down and hit this low again, it was like, all right, hold on here. Is that we're going to go lower? Then, of course, what happens? Volume disappears. We get the Uncle Jerome news yesterday, and everyone's riding high right now. Oh, yeah, he's not going to do anything. Guys, the damage is done. He's been raising rates for the last year and a half or whatever it's been. It's already done. Just because he raises one rate one more time, oh, my gosh, that's the straw that broke the camel's back? Nah. Now it's just no news. That's what we're doing now. So it's all good. Just keep the news upside the news, and that's it. Hey, John, what'd you miss? You didn't miss anything, Wilson. Thanks, John. One contract in steel. Seriously, we make announcements. Yeah, I do. You know, I'll make announcements, too, if we're getting in trades or, you know, if we're getting out of trades. So, you know, let me get a handle. Let me look at a couple of more of these things. Like CME going up again. O'Reilly's coming in a little bit. Wynn's coming down again. Wynn, we had that one almost at the bottom. Took a couple bucks on it and got out, and of course goes straight up. Alta's going up in our face again, but that's just the name of the game, guys. If you're in the right positions with good money management, the trade, it really means nothing, to be honest with you. And if you're banging a bunch of good winners out there and making money, it really doesn't mean anything. Just keep it small right now, or don't do anything at all. You see how these markets are bouncing up. Who's to say we can't come down tomorrow and have a 600 down day tomorrow because the Brexit failed and Trump's building a bigger wall or whatever and whatever. You know, next big area on the SPY will be about the 275, 276 area, and then the 277.50 area. And then you got a gap fill right here at 277.76 and another gap fill at 280. Is this another short-term retrace? Maybe. On this one here, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days before we pulled back. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Do we pull back on 8, 9 day? Maybe. Friday, do we get the sell-off on Friday? Maybe. We'll have to see. New trades, don't realize how it takes time to build positions and then reap the reward from a long or short. Yeah, I mean, these markets, you can't. I wish I could just, like the VEEV. We hopped in that one and pulled back. We got out. I wish they all worked that way. That'd be great. We'd be banging out trade after trade after trade. Okay, thanks. I didn't know you made calls or just gave opinions. Thanks. Yeah, I did do a little bit of everything, Mike, on this one. I've tried all kinds of trading services, and John Bookie is the absolute best in the position risk management. I've tried saying Lucy, Wall Street Jesus, blah, blah, blah. Chess. Yeah, thanks, Mark. You know, I'm not the best out there, but hey, guys, if I could protect you guys and save you from losing your ass, that means a lot to me. I have been a full-time trader for 5 years. Okay, cool. You know, and what I tell people too, guys, if you don't get anything out of this, if you don't want to take my trades, at least learn technical analysis so you could put yourself in a better trade position. You know, again, we bought puts on the SPY on the IWM yesterday. This is where you buy puts right here. Now, if these settle down, so be it. They're probably going to go to zero. What are you going to do? I went over the trades. They're $186 trade, $188 trade, $110 trade. And then the biggest one is the SPY right around 310 or so. Minimum risk. The VEEV. If you took the VEEV today, the VEEV, I don't even know what the hell it is, you would have made up for those 4 put trades. Now those 4 put trades are just trades again. Believe me, guys, I made enough on this trade that it will cover the next 20 put trades. I went in on this one a pretty good size, so. I'll probably never tell you guys what I do with my size trades because then it's going to skew your thinking. Well, if Bookie goes that big, I'm going that big. You know, that's why I don't really tell people what I do with my money, that is. Because if I took 1,000 shares on this one short yesterday or 2,000 shares short or whatever I did, And you got, well, Bookie did 2,000 shares. Oh, man, that must mean something. No, it's still a small position for me. Whether it's 500 shares or 100 shares, whatever, it's what my portfolio's telling me what to do, period. And on these are spec plays, these earnings plays. This could have easily went up to 109. But I knew right in here somewhere, 105, 104, 106 was pretty good. And, we caught it. Sometimes they work out real well. Sometimes they're a complete disaster. they're not all that great. I wish they were, guys. And I wouldn't be in here. But yeah, I have 110 people that are members now, and I get emails all the time, like the last guy, and that's fine. He's stressing out a little bit, but you just have to go slow and steady, guys. I had another member. They canceled today. That's okay. Sometimes I get traders, they don't have a big account. They can't really do anything with me. But then what I tell them, guys, hey, at least learn technicals. Put yourself in good positions. Because most people are just like Apple. Let's look at some of these. You cannot tell me how many people bought the dip here, bought the dip here, bought the dip here. Oh, man, this is it. Kramer said, and then bought the dip here, then bought the dip. And they're like, oh, my gosh. Same thing like going long. But they don't know how to do money management. They don't say to themselves, hey, I got a $100,000 account. I got 10 grand to go into this trade. All right, around 200 even number, I'm going to start there, okay? I'll go with 2,500 bucks. All right, we know at 190 or so down in here, gap fill. 190, I could probably buy a little bit more, okay? So now you're in at 200. Now you're in at 190. Okay, you still have 5 grand left to this position, all right? Now it's like, all right, next area will be this gap fill here around 181, 182, okay? So I know I'm going to add at 200 if I have to do it. 190, gap fill of 180. Then my last line of defense here, guys, is this big gap down here if it gets down here. But now if you bought at 180, your average position is right around 190. This thing's at 180. So you're not doing, you're still underwater, but you're still in only a 7.5% position of your total portfolio with a little bit more room to add. This thing starts moving up now. You can always go, you know what? We got above here. We filled this gap. Boom, I'm going with the other 2,500, average it in. We're in at 187 now, or at 188. This thing gets back to 200, cut it. Just something like that. Just like going up on a trade. I know if this thing goes up and I'm trying to short it, I wouldn't do. I'd start shorting this thing probably at 125. And then 133, start up in here. I wouldn't do anything. Maybe down in here, but we'll see how it goes. Was enough as capital to trade with you, since you said some left because of that. I just, a couple of the guys, they had like a $2,000 account, and it's like, well, I don't know if anyone can help you with that with a really small account. Some things, it's just a matter of even with a $2,000 account, guys, I'm still, can I help you? Maybe, will I teach you technical analysis and areas to buy and short? Yeah. And that's what I'm pretty much trying to do, guys. Whether you have a big or small account, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, once you learn the technicals, then you could do your own stuff. And then when you have losing trades, you could just blame yourself on it. Oh man, I had to take that trade. But even if you have a losing trade, it's like, all right, well, let me look at this. Let me look at Apple. When we shorted this one, yeah, we were upside down. My average price was, I think, 209. When it started bombing, I got the hell out. Cut half, cut a quarter, then cut the last half. Then we were looking for bounce areas. My bounce area was 169.05. Never got there. Gap fill. We're going to fill this gap. It's just a matter of when. But, markets are grinding right now. Markets are, light volumes coming in again. And that's what we're fighting right now. When you're shorting markets in a light volume, environment, they're tough. But that's why we're picking on the Cloroxes, the CBRL, because they're at all-time highs, guys. These are the ones we're going to pick on. Just like kind of like GE. You start buying GE here, yeah, you bet your ass you can. But I'm gonna try to wait for that 582. But can you do it here? Sure. Start with a quarter position. Because that's a pretty good trend line. If you're in with it, 100 shares in this one, you get a $3, $4, $5 bounce, get the hell out. Take the $500. Stuff like that. But yeah, DJ, yeah. You could trade with a small account with me. You just got to know. You just got to listen to me. Like the. Let's go with the CBRL. This is a monthly high flyer. It's cruising. It could still go higher. But, if you want to buy a put on this one, you got to go out. You got to go out 3-4 months. See, a lot of traders want that instant gratification. They want to get into it like the VEEV. They get it. They make the couple grand and they get out. They want the next trade. No, you know what? Couple grand? Great. I'm taking the day off. And going slow. Margin. Do I use margin in these? No, I don't. At intraday, I might throw some margin in there. If I do a quick scalp and, say this one, like this morning, say we were watching this one this morning, it's going up in the double top right here. There's your spot to short it. 185. Actually, we would have probably missed it. So I would have waited for the 185 pierce. A little bit higher, and then they slam it down. But this thing goes from 185 down to 182. It's a $3 trade. Out. Done. When it comes down, half out, rest out, done. Something like that. But everybody wants instant making money. Hey, bookie, we've been in a trade 2 days. We're losing. Okay. All right. Ask Gary. Netflix was one of them. CMG still, I hate that one, but still holding strong. But I think couple of them with Gary, and we had good conversations over email saying, hey bud, here's what I'm looking at, here's what we're trying to do with this. And Gary's holding on for dear life, and now he understands a little bit more with money management. It's so critical in what I do. When you have the right size position, it's not that big of a worry. Like CBLRL, this thing goes higher and you got the right position, so be it. Just have more room to add more. Just like when a stock's cratering. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Just make sure you got more. Whether it's going long or short, I don't care. Just like GE, guys. This is a good area. Okay? Great area to buy. It even got a little bit of a bounce already. Okay? Here's your low right here. Getting that bounce. In 10-minute looks really good. Made the low, grinding high with new low, higher lows. Go to the 60-minute chart. Same thing. 60-minute even looks better. We're even above the MAs. This one looks like it could possibly go. Will it? Maybe. But if you want to buy this one down here, that the low is still, around 726. It's up almost 50 cents already. This isn't a bad area. If we close above this candle too, I'd maybe wait for another retrace and then buy it. You want to hop on here? You can, but know that, if you come back to that 730 area, you got to get the hell out. This is almost looking like it might want to go. I wish we would have more volume in this, but this could have been the uptick out, the shakeout, and this could be the area where we go, because everyone's loading the house right here, and then they shake them down like a buck. You got 5,000 shares down here. You get the shakeout, you're down $5,000. You're like, oh my god, it's going lower, and then you're just dumping because you're down $5,000, and it's starting to go up, and that's when you chase. But it's not bad down here. This is the trend line we had. It seems like it's holding, but if it starts going sideways and just chopping and 20 MA goes in, then you're in trouble. Markets stay green. This one should start going. It's not bad. Gosh, I wish it was just a little lower, guys. Not bad though. Again, you could take a stab at it. Just don't go crazy on me. Send me emails. Let's see here. New traders don't realize how it takes time to build positions. Yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes we get them right on the grab. New traders want to get rich quick. Does not work away. Laugh out loud. Yeah, it is an effing grind every day, guys. Okay, thanks. Didn't know you made calls. Yeah, no, I do. And I give my opinions. We all have opinions just like we all have assholes. We make them. I try to make them off the charts. And right now I've talked about this light volume grind crap, guys. I took puts in these. We're getting killed on them. I'm going to take the trade, guys. I'm looking for short-term retraces. And if this goes up a little bit more, guys, I'll put a little bit more money at risk. We have some good trades in the last couple of weeks, and that's it. So let's see here. Okay, thanks. I didn't know if you made calls yet. I tried all kinds of trader. Yeah, thanks, bud. I've been a full-time trader for 5 years, so Mark knows. Hey, you know what? It's sometimes I'm not your guy. Best at risk management. What's enough capital to trade with you? DJ, anything. You know what? Small, big. I wish everybody had that, $100,000 account, but we all don't. I started with 30K 11 years ago, and I built it up. So, that's it. I started with just 10 grand and grew it to six figures in 2 years. It can be done, but you have to really be careful and know not to blow up your account. Yes. Yeah, you blow it. You get to six figures, you blow it up, and then it goes straight downhill. Then you start getting to be a pig, Mark, and you just throwing stuff. Like now, you're buying the dip on Apple at 200, 190, 180, but you're all in, and then they slam at the 170. You pull it off, you take your big loss. Then you try to buy Nvidia because Nvidia's 40% down from the highs. I got to get in that one now. That one just kept slamming people. So you got to be really careful with this stuff. Small positions. This is like trying to hit an 80-mile-per-hour fastball. You know how to swing the bat, but it takes a while to learn. Yeah, exactly. Nice, Mark. Mark McKay, did you use margin over the 10K? Thanks. It takes time, DJ. Trade, I never use margin. I always buy time by going out on expiration, like Bookie says for, yeah, there you go. Because it's almost like a day trade then with shares if you're going 4 to 6 months where it doesn't grind you to death. And if the stock finally pulls back, especially on the high flyers, and you get paid. Got it, thanks. Things that blow up your account, margin, short-dated options, and going 10%. Yeah, just going huge trades. If you follow the rules, no more than 10% of your total portfolio in share size in any trade, 10%. If you have a $100,000 account, it's 10 grand, period. Right now, I would be doing more 5,000, 2,500 because you see how the markets are. Yeah, we had the big rally and everyone's chasing up here already. So now do they get a bunch of longs in, then they slam them down. Just like they had everyone short down in here, squeeze it up. Everybody who was short down here bought yesterday long. I hope we have a little bit more left. I mean, I don't because we have puts, but, if we don't, this thing can click right here. Boom, right back down, guys. Email me at Mark. I'm always willing to help. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah. So, but, it's just one of those things, guys. Got to, and if you really don't know what's going on, then don't trade at all. Sit and watch. And for who was asking me I think it was Mike. Yeah, Mike, right now we're in the lunchtime hour, light volume markets. I don't do much in a light volume market with scalping and intraday trades. Unless we see something really, really good where it's like, holy crap, I got to take this trade. Other than that, it's short or everything's kind of grinding higher. I'm not going to, like Facebook. How can I buy Facebook here when it was 132 yesterday? Just grinding higher now. So that's how I do it too. On days like today, I'm just sitting around. I'm watching where specific levels are going. I'm watching where the SPY's going. I'm keeping an eye on, the transports. Transports are a little bit red today. If this was a full blown, here comes the rally, why aren't the transports green? We had pretty good updates on the transports. We talked about this one here in my, session yesterday. Here comes big resistance right here, guys. Will this pull back all the way? Maybe. Markets are complacent. We have 50 million on the SPY, guys, with an hour and a half left. We'd probably do 70 million again, maybe. Yeah, or do the paper trade. Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, you guys on Thinkorswim? Someone was asking me yesterday how I buy the options and stuff. Hopefully they went to Thinkorswim. Yeah, go to paper trade side. Do some of my trades on there. Start with a $100,000 account and just work it at that. Watch out, Mark. You might get some trolls emailing you. I still have trolls here. I know you're in here. So yeah, but days like today, I go live. We look at stuff. We look at for high flyers. Just opinions. People. A lot of the traders on here, they're they're looking for the same things I'm looking at, whether they're high flyers or low flyers. I mean, look at these guys. One that we were doing when I was managing that guy's money, KMI was one. And this one, you know, I called this one the low flyer. You know, we just got together. I started consulting him. We got in this one, I don't know, maybe $12 or whatever it was. We got out of this one at 20. You know, it was 100%er. You know, we waited all the way through July, August, and boom, we sold it. And then it stalled out right back down. But we were catching these. But see how this one's extended from the low side from the 20 MA, and look what it did, right to the 20 MA. Same crap, just like stocks, just like this one extended on the upside. What did it do right here? But look at these these things just got murdered. Another one we did was TRGP. I don't remember all of them. Right here, we were buying oil. Well, just like it was stretched up here to the 20 MA, stretched down here to the 20 MA. Same shit, different. If you flip this chart, it'd be the same setup. Kind of like GE right now, kind of like a lot of stuff right now, especially, you know, Apple on the monthly. But if you go to the smaller time frames, stretch from the 20, that could be target on here, 192. This all depends though on the overall market too. That's why I'm waiting patiently, guys. Yeah, Apple, unfortunately, we caught this one low. We stopped out and it went, you know, another 10. Amazon went another 100. We got our $6 though, guys. But that's, you know, oh, so be it, guys. Came back, I stopped out for a little bit of a loss on the second half, and I'm done. Amazon could have easily fell $100 after the fact. Oh, why didn't you do that, bookie? Well, I stopped out, guys. Sorry. For some of you guys taking on a little more risk, I had a little bit too big of a position in Amazon. I admit that. That's why I stopped out. I was like, holy shit, this thing goes against me. I'm going to get murdered. So I took my $6 gain and on the first half and said, see you later. And Amazon took off, guys. They really do work. Yeah, they do work. Everything, you know. I look at the MACD. I don't have it up here, but that's another thing I use is the MACD. That's a pretty good one too, and that's how I was pulling off these TRGB trades. And I want to see ETEP. Because ETE was one, but it's not. I think they were bought out. ETP maybe. There was a ton of them we had. Trying to think what other ones. I'd have to look at emails and stuff. Yeah, exactly. You got it, Mark. Most likely, it depends on the markets too. Like right now, you get AutoZone. This one's just being a bear, but it's 172,000 traded on a day. It's a light volume name, so that one we're battling. What was the other one? Alta. This one too, 600,000 on this. We're battling. I mean, it's slowly coming down, but my gosh, monthly was it? Yeah, so 240, 250. We still got $50 to go. Came back in underneath here, which I like. I like to see that. But you know, again though, here we are with the markets. Look at the IWM too today, man. See, our puts were actually in the money on this, and then right back up. Hits the big 50 MA. Did it even hit anything else? Jeez. You know, a little bit of volume came in here. So it sounds, you know, a little bit of buy program, get it back up again. But here we are, right back to double top. And that's where we're having a little bit of problems. Stalling out again. Some volume's coming in, though. So they're trying to push it through. But we'll see. How do you do HRL technical again? HRL? All right, let's look at HRL. And guys, if you're new to the room, throw something up and throw up a symbol. We'll take a look at it. HRL. First, I'll look at the monthly. There you go, double top. I mean, that's the spot where you short it. I don't know if earnings are going on with this one yet. Can do HR tech, yes, especially the large cap stocks like the FANG. They made new highs last summer and then retraced. Yeah, they're all going to retrace eventually. CME, Alta, CLRX, you know, Clorox, all of them, guys. In fact, let me hold on here. Clorox, same thing. This guy's getting killed. Our Clorox were like $1.50 upside down, so I'm not sure. Yelp, HRS. So they had earnings last week on this one. Yeah, I mean this is a spot. I think But I've been telling you guys, wait for the 50 to see if it could pop a little bit more, just in case it overshoots. We got to line this stuff up with the markets, with the SPY, the Qs. The SPY and the Qs keep grinding. Great area for double top, but doesn't mean we can, go up a little bit more. I love the weekly. Look at that $40 price target, a little bit stretched. See how it got stretched on the weekly, even comes back in. Gets stretched on the weekly, comes back in. Sometimes these take a little more time. 50 even numbers, a good area. Sometimes they like to go. On the daily now, we're still on a shorter term time frame. We're still trying to hold the 20 here. Big tails here, so someone's buying this up as this thing dips. So maybe they know something, but still at the end of the day, go back to the weekly. My price target's $35 on this one. Will it hit it? It's not going to come straight back in, but you see the tails on this one too. Someone's holding this thing. Every time it dips, someone's coming in and buying it. So, or maybe they're shorting it and covering. And when they're covering their shorts, it pops it back up. That could be another one. But at the end of the day, if you're following the monthly chart, first target's 35 and 34. Right back to these lows. I mean, this could be a cup and handle. It comes back down and maybe makes a breakout. But you got to know, if you're shorting this here, you got to have some left for at least 50, 51 if this starts going higher. It's only $5 in between. So if you add it here at 45, you add more at 50, your average price is 47.50. Your price target is $35. You hang on. If you go puts, you got to go a couple months out, guys. Can't buy a put on this and go December 21st. It's just not gonna. I mean, unless the markets just start breaking down, then we might get it. But you got to just be careful. There's a lot of different ways you could trade, guys. But I just try to keep it as simple as possible. Let's see here. Yeah, so the HRL. I mean, I love it, but man, we got some shorts out there. We're going into the holiday season. This could be a little bit tough for the shorts that we have. That's why I'm just kind of taking it slow, guys. I mean, we have now, we have probably 15 open positions all short. So we got to just say, hey, that's enough for right now. Let's see. It's money management, guys. But, I'm going smaller positions in these guys, so I could put on 20 positions, 30 positions. All at 10 grand or 5 grand or 20 grand or whatever. If you have a $100,000 account, go in a position with 5 grand. Go in 10 of these positions, half of your portfolio, but you still have half left, just in case we get that big up move like we did yesterday, so, yeah. So Yelp, let's see, Yelp. Yeah, I think Yelp needed some help. That was the joke we had. Again, Yelp retraced right into here. That was the big area, 52.80. Right back in and right back down. This is where we broke down. Came in, retraced, kind of stalled out, broke down, made a low, higher low, higher low. Now it made a new low. We broke through here. Let's look at the weekly though on this one. Yeah, I mean that's ugly. Getting a bounce off this, off this little pivot when we broke out, had a little consolidation here. You're going to catch it. $30 even number is going to be natural support. Right now, if you're in this trade from 30, maybe 36, if you could get past this pivot in the 200 MA, maybe even 40. Again, though, the markets start to dump. That's it. You're starting to even yesterday, this thing get a bounce. Pretty much, yeah. So that's what it did. I think their earnings here made the bounce, made a higher low though, so that's good for this one. But still weak. Still weak. Still chopping around this lower range. Remember, down sideways till we get above this high. That we're just in a range at this point. This would have probably been the area to buy around 30. After this, you get the retrace. If you take a short-term retrace, probably the 750. Nope, a little bit higher. But that's what it's trying to hold, though. This is real short-term, guys. So there's 750s at 30.74, and then you got the 30 even number. As long as it held that, you got this thing going. But next big area is around 34.75. Even this red bar where we're at right now, around 34. So, if you're long on this one, it's got to pop above 34.78, get above the 20 MA, right at 35.73, and then possibly higher prices. If it starts to grind, you got to look at this gap fill here. And even this low pivot here, will be resistance at 36.41. So you got to look at resistance, because remember, boom, retrace, came back in, chopped around, came back down, broke down. So we'll have this area here that was once support, becomes resistance. Then you have this one here at 38.21, which is gap fill. So you still have that on that one. Earnings just happened last week. Yeah, trading is truly a game of it's like chess, guys. You got to try to look at it. You know that's why we put some puts on yesterday after a huge move up. That's when you do it. Now they're just grinding us and just depleting them. Typical crap. Maybe we should have went out another week, but I don't really want to hold through Christmas, because if we go up, I'm looking for that one big pullback, get the hell out, and move on to the next ones. But again, they're all risk. But I took them at $100 risks, $188 risks. That's what I did today or yesterday. Sounds good. Thanks. Still learning. So I'm seeing on a monthly. Wanted to make sure I was looking at that right. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. It's a chess game, guys. And then now it's news all the time. So you got to throw that in there. The China trade, the tariffs, this, that. So there's just a lot of stuff to look at, with all this. So that's what we're looking at. So, that's it. USO, what's the next resistance? USO. Well, this just isn't pretty. Let's look at the weekly. Getting a little bit stretched. You can see it on the weekly. We're starting to get from the 20 MA, from all the MAs, actually. They're starting to curl down, and these are starting to curl up. So we'll have to see how this goes. Next resistance, I mean, we're at it right now. You're taking the fib. Well, let's see. That's a fib from there. Hold on. Let's look at the monthly real quick. I mean, you're at support, and you're kind of at resistance here, too, going back up. If it does start to turn and go back up from here, let's look at the daily. The daily, we're consolidating. You're looking at the gap fill around, well, you're looking at the highs here around $11 bucks, 11.08. Then you're looking at gap fill here at 11.27. Then the gap fill here at 11.52. If this thing really starts going, then you're looking at the 20 MA. You are stretched on the daily chart, so that could be your first target. And then right here, double top, right around 12.30. You could get past that, then possibly higher prices. But right now, we're down. We're consolidating in the lower range, which means this thing's setting up for lower prices. But you are stretched from the 20. So it could go one leg up, give it a kiss, and then the next leg down. We'll have to see how that reacts. But as this thing's chopping, the 20 MA is starting to fall in the price. The 20 MA falls in the price, that could help push this thing down lower. I still think we have a little bit more to go. Maybe $10 area. You got a nice, I'd have to do, I think there's a gap fill right here around 998. Got this low pivot here around 969, and then this low pivot here around 937. So it's trying to hold here, even on the weekly, guys. I want to see the weekly close. If it closes within this red bar, that's the first step for maybe some more upside. You still have a little bit of resistance too, though, coming from this at 1090. At 1093 or whatever it was, 95. Actually, let's see. Yeah, 1095. So that is the 618 retrace going down, but now it's the 382 coming up. You're still inside this bar, though, so it's okay. But if you on the weekly bait tomorrow, if we close below this red bar, there could be more selling coming. So watch out for this one. But big resistance. We got resistance coming up, and then around 1268. This is the bigger time frame, but you just got to be careful with this one. Yeah, but it's holding at 1061. All right, though. If we could get it back above this area, then we could get a little bounce. I mean, this is beat down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks down, 8th week. So we'll see if this thing holds or not. I still think we're going a little bit lower, but again, this they might not get it down here, because that's where a lot of technical guys like us, we're waiting for that 990 area. I would love to see $9. I don't know if we'll get that, but markets pull back, we might actually get it. Yeah, so mark that right now, not too much. You got resistance at that green line, about $11. If we get back above the $11, then you got then you're looking at 11.50, 12. Then you go back to the daily, shorter term time frame. and get a little more resistance areas. $12, you got a gap fill, stuff like that. But if it stays in this lower range, 20 MA curls down, might get a short-term retrace in the next wave of selling. Who knows? Got a lot of margin calls going on in here right now. So you got to watch out for that too. You get people, you know, right now they're just oh gosh, they're just you know, they're just chopping them around now. People are trying to buy calls, trying to go buy puts, and now they're just killing them. Excuse me. Let's see here. Hold on, guys. Still a little bit under the weather here, guys. Oh my gosh. Still get emails from the troll. Oh, jeez. Tell you, a guy gets one trade and he's like trolling me. I told you, I got winners on this one, that one. Guy had 5 massive losses on Apple. He just got in one. He's up like $1 in the options. Well, actually, Apple's catching a bid now. So I get the email. I told you I'm winning an Apple. It's like, okay, great, dude. But what about those other 5 losses you had? And we're talking losses, like options are $800, $700, and he's losing on those. Those are losses. You lose $100 here, $100 there. I at least I can handle that. INTC. Let's look at that one. INTC. Yeah, just chopping around, just really doing nothing. It's a pretty good stance. I mean, we're coming off the lows, but this is another one, guys, that never should have been. This is just, you know, here's your 2000, and then here you come into the 618 and the 750 at 56, right in between. Never made it to 60, never made it to 52, and then boom, right back down. On the monthly though, it's holding up pretty good, but not stretched for a short, for a long. You know, pulled back. You know, nice $8. It's really not. It's really not telling me too much. Had a nice run. I mean, from $12 in 2009 to 56. Pulls back, holding the 20 MA. As long as it holds its 20 MA, it's all right. If you're long in this one, I mean, if you're long in this one, you know, from 24, 30, and you weren't selling up here, that's a shame because that was a good trade. You got that. It's pulling back. It's not really telling us too much right now. It's in a stronger position. You're above the MAs. If you're long in this one starts slipping and going below the 20 and starts coming in, then you're probably going to have to get out. Weekly chart. Weekly, still a little bit strong, still above the 20 and the 50 or the 200, still holding this. Not really telling us too much though. Pretty much just choppy action. For me on this one, nothing to do right now. Let's see here. Daily chart. Daily chart's a little, you know, we're at this low area. It is a micro bullish pattern. You are chopping, but it's just kind of not doing anything. Just pretty much depleting the options. That's what it's doing. As long as it holds the 20 and the 50, it's got to get back above here to go higher. Then you have, you know, you have this high pivot. You got gap fills. Not much to do here. You know, if anything, maybe more of a short. You know, because I think it could pull back with the markets. But yeah, nothing right now, Ashton. You know, if you're short, just keep holding. You know, you got targets at 44, 38, and then 26. Let's look where the weekly is. Yeah, weekly targets $37 to 200 MA. We haven't kissed that since 2016. So, you know, right now you're kind of in the middle of the range here from your 56. You know, just say from your, you know, even if you went to this low, it's kind of just chopping. Let's take a short-term retrace here. See where you're at. Yeah, 618 is trying to get above. It's okay. You had a nice little pullback. You made the low, held this double bottom. You got the nice push up. Basically, you know, if you keep holding the 46.63, this can keep grinding. You'll If it just starts breaking down, then you're looking at, you're looking at 42 and then 38 bucks. That's how I would do this one. It was high flying up in here. Not like the best high flyer, but it was a little bit stretched from this area. 44, 40 when it was up in here. The area would have been about 41 bucks and then 38. And then ultimately, if this thing really comes crashing down, you're looking at 33 bucks here, that low pivot. So, if you are shorting this one, just hold tight. I still don't think it should have been a $56 stock, but pretty much everything rallied. So that's where, everything was going up. And that's when they got me stuck in some of these positions. They got a lot of people stuck in positions. But, with us, with strict money management, that's going to help us out with these trying to short or even trying to go long, just like GE. If you're not going all in, guys, and going slow and steady, everything's looking good. So, hold on, guys. I'm reading an email right now. Give me a second here. Yeah, but Intel just kind of chopping around up and down. If everyone's trying to go, puts or calls, they're not having fun. Other than this fall, I think earnings, I think it took it down maybe. But yeah, markets are still grinding higher. Damn it. Unbelievable, guys. Yeah, we're getting killed on the puts. They can't. No one likes the puts, guys. They just buy the dip. Let's see where the SPY is, though. Yeah, so Intel, yeah, not much. If you're short, then, just hang tight. Lower prices possibly come. You might be in a little bit of pain, but that was a monthly high flyer at one point, and that's it. Brexit vote scheduled for December 11th. Yeah, so that we got to find out with that one. Thoughts on FireEye? Swing short at resistance here. Yeah, Duke, we do short more than we go long right now. But let's look at Fire, and I'll show you why. Let's see. Yeah, this one's grinding higher. Man, let's see. Let's see the monthly. Still beat down though. Look at this one, guys. IPO'd almost 100. Then they retrace, get everybody back on board, and they just smash them. I don't know. Maybe news, maybe a buyout will pop this one up, and not for me. I can't short this one. Let's just see if you're looking to short it. Yeah, 20 bucks here maybe. This is a beat down play. Everyone's trying to buy it, catch the lows. They're chasing it now. 22.42 maybe. That's where it broke down. But yeah, I can't do this one here. You're at the low range. You're chopping around off the high pivot. You're in a big bearish stance here. You're grinding higher above the MAs. I like that fact. It's holding the 20 and the 50, but now it's starting to get a little extended. I mean, if you're in this thing from 10 bucks and you're at 20, you're like, hey man, you know what? Get me out of this thing. I'm done. So you get a lot of sellers, and then plus this one, if you were trying to buy the dip here at 21, and then you got shook down, and you're just getting killed for since 2016, couple of years now. This thing pops up into this area. You'll get some profit taken where it can push it down. But in this lower range, I'd rather look at stocks like the CR, Clorox, what is it, CR, CLX if you want to short, stuff like that. What price do you lose on SPY puts? On the weeklies, if I'm blowing 188 bucks in those, I'll just let them expire worthless. I'll hold them until maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, see where they're at. That's why I keep the options small, guys. If you have a small account, like the DIA, we bought at $110. So if you bought one option, it's $110 risk, or maybe $5 with your broker if you count commission too. And these are at where are they? 58 cents right now. So almost a 50% down. But guys, I'm open. I'm not gonna lie. If I lose on those, I lose on them. It's a $110 position. Let's see here. So sound advice, FireEye, do you short any? Yeah, I go, well, I'm going short mostly on everything because I'm following the monthly chart I can't. Yeah, there's going to be times to buy the dip, and now 3 days later the market gets a big launch tomorrow, and why didn't we buy? Why didn't we buy? We could have easily went down yesterday on the news from Uncle Jerome. It could have been bad, but he had to come out and say, "Oh, they're looking neutral. We probably won't raise the rates in December. We're going to calm everybody down and make everybody buy the dip." But this is the SPX. This is the .com crash. This is the housing crash. This is where we're at now. I can't go long in a market that's stretched like this. I just can't. And looking at this, if we go back up and go back to the top again, this might be a head and shoulder top. If this thing plays out, we're going to we'll go right around 2,400 or 2,300 on a head and shoulder top. And if we break out, then we go a little higher, then so be it. Maybe we go to this trend line here. Maybe we go to 3,000. If we do, great. Let it go to 3,000. We'll short it again. When we're buying puts in this stuff, like we did yesterday, I'm going small positions, guys. I'm keeping them up, around $188, $200. We were in those other puts too, getting demolished. And then all of a sudden we got this, breaking down, and we got paid on those. So we got paid on our last puts. And of course we cut those way too early, but we made money on the last puts. We were in those around 255, 311, 256. Those are on the SPY. The IWM, we got in a little bit earlier on that one. That one pissed me off. But we got out of that one. Our average price on the IWM was 158. And we got out at 231. And then we exited at 146. So we made a little bit of money on that one. But that, if we had held it, we would have got more on that one. But that's where we're trying to keep these off. The last DIA one, we got in at 255, sold half at 380, sold the last half at 575. So we made money on that one. The Q puts, we bought at 311. We sold at 372. We went back in at 219. We got out of those at 291, made a little bit of money. So the risk that we put on the puts on the last ones, we made money on the last 4 put plays on the indexes. So we were willing to risk a little bit more, guys. We went a little bit lower, 188, 110, 186. We made money on those last time. So if we lose on those will counter the wins on the last ones, and those will just be washed out trades. But if we get that pullback, guys, because we are still in resistance here, with this pivot here, that pivot there, we got the 200 MA coming up at 275. 275 is the big resistance. That's a natural resistance. We're grinding. Why, guys? 54 million. It's a light volume bullshit again. And then all of a sudden news will come out. We'll go straight back down. And oh my gosh, this is it. If you didn't chase it yesterday, now it's like the allure now. Oh my gosh, I'm missing it. I'm missing Apple. I'm missing Nvidia. Oh my gosh, Facebook's going up. Oh my gosh, what do I do? I sold at the lows 3 days ago when Apple was getting creamed, and then I chased it. No, sit on your hands. Don't do anything. So we could wake up tomorrow to a disaster. So, and again, small positions, guys. Don't be getting crazy on me. So, sound advice. Add Autodesk. Yeah, it's getting there, guys. Getting there. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. I'm trying to wait patiently for this one, guys. We're talking about it. But we'll see. We'll see with Autodesk. But Autodesk, we did pretty good with that one. Now it's going up in our face. What are you going to do? And now this is the time where it's like, all right, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Let's see if we can get through this. Kind of like Twilio. CRM too. That was another one. It's just like, damn it, guys. Killing me here. But Autodesk, yeah, that one keeps going. That one had earnings. It's Autodesk, guys. It's got to go higher. But, looking at the, where are we? Oops. Let's look at the monthly. Monthly still stretched. 117 is the number. We had some good trades on that one, though. We got in it, we got out, we got in it, we got out, we got in it, we got out. It's going up against us now. Now this is time to say, hey, all right, let's look at Autodesk again. You know, I'm trying to be a little more patient on this one. I like this 178, you know, 147, 148 area. We're right there. You know, I mean, we could still go to 150. That's why it's like on this one, you just got to, you know, got to settle down here. You know, we added the other day at 140, you know, a little bit more, you know, but you got to remember we covered half at 133. Okay. Still holding a half position. We added more here, knowing that at 140, 140 right here was this high pivot. Okay. Then you had more resistance at gap window at 142, and then one more at the gap fill at 142. Let's just say 143. Now it's just going up on us a little bit more. I'm still waiting for the weekly close, but on this one, we you know what? If you want to add more on this one, I'm fine, but know that it still could go a little bit higher. Remember, I sold half that position. I went in with another quarter position at 140.28. Okay, do I want to go in here? I still have room to add more. I'm still under the 10% level. But gosh, I just, man, if it could pop one more time, you know, I'm trying. Again, we're in that area where the 750, it's not bad. But yeah, if you want to add here, you can. Just know that you can still go to 150. Make sure you keep this, you know, just keep it small, guys. That's it. We're on earnings. It's grinding up on us. The markets are grinding higher. But we traded this one before. We made good money on it. Yeah, if you want to add some here, if you're not short here, guys, if you're new to the room and you're following me, you could start adding a position here. Okay? Don't go crazy. It could go to 160. But monthly chart, guys, if our average price is up here around 140, 141, we could still get 20 bucks on this trade. I still think it's going to 100. Got a great retrace going here, going slow and steady. We made good money on this one before. You know, buy short cover, short cover, short cover. We're making $2 here, $3 here, $2 here, $3 here. So I gained on that. Now I'm going back in. You know, so that's how I'm kind of playing these guys. And this one I got to put on my position sheet. Because this was another one, guys. We did it as a day trade. Try to get ahead. Took small gains. It's going up against us. This will be a swing trade now. Because that's, you know, I don't mind this. As you know, we made our money by, you know, short cover, short cover, short cover, short cover. Made good money that way. Now I'll put a swing trade and I'll hold it. Now it's going slow and steady again. Try to make this as the least stress possible, guys. There you go. So we added more, 147.41. Okay. But here I'll show you the trade again, because this another guy was saying he's losing on this trade. Yeah, we are losing, but we shorted Autodesk 134, covered here. So we made a couple bucks here. Went back up here, made a couple bucks on this one. Okay. So say this was, what is this? $2. Say $2 there. $3 here. Okay. Goes up again here. Okay. Covered half again. That was another $2.50, $3. Okay. Added more here. Covered it again here. This was a little bit better even. A couple bucks. So say $8 altogether. We already made $8 on this trade. We added more at 140 as it was going up. Added more again at 147.41. We made $8 or whatever, $9 on this trade so far. So then we covered half the position again. We were holding only half. When it was going up, I added that half that I sold or covered at 133.50. I added more at 140. So we gained on this one too. Okay. So now we added more at 147, quarter position, because we covered half. So we had a half position to add again. Added a quarter, added a quarter. Now this will be a swing trade, guys, for me at least. I'm okay with that. Because I'm okay looking at the monthly chart. 120 is still our price target. 100. And then the 50 MA right down here at 85. Let's look at let's see did we hit the 200 on the weekly yet? See where the weekly 200 is. I mean, I got the weekly 200 at $88. I don't know. We'll be out of this thing by that time, but a lot of my target prices are the 200 MA on the weekly charts. I got this at $88. So even if your average in it is at 140, even at 135, even at 130, I got this thing going to 100 at least. And if you're lucky enough to, hey, to get it up here, start your position at 147, wait for 155, and then wait for 160. You'll be in right around 153. Price target's still at 120, and then 100, and then 88. So that's how I play these. Less stress, no more than 10% of my total portfolio. And now, hey, I'll sit and wait, see if this thing could come back in. We might come in on the weekly. This thing might turn around next week and just start falling like a brick. We'll have to see. But right now, I'm in the driver's seat, guys. I made about $8 on those first trades, $9. Put the quarter in, boom. I'm going to sit and do it. Let's see what happens. But John, the break even on the SPY, I'm going to play those. If they go to zero, they go to zero. I made some money on them last week or 2 weeks ago. I made some money on them the couple weeks before that. SPY weekly chart, still found that. Look what we're in, guys. 50 MA. Got to close above that on the 50 MA on the weekly chart. I want to see it close above the 50. Then maybe I'll just take the loss and say, hey, you know what? We gave them a shot. Hey, the DIAs are coming alive, guys. They went up 2 cents. So, excuse me, $110 in those, so guys, I go to a casino and blow that in one hand, $100 blackjack hands. Yeah, I think those are more stressful. Especially when my wife walks up behind me and she's like, hey, what are you doing? How's blackjack going? You have how much on that? I said, yeah, and that's only one bet, hon. I said, you need to go now. Here's some money. Go play slot machines. Yeah, no, I'll tell you a story, guys. I was in Vegas one time. We're ready to walk. This was years ago. We're ready to walk out, and we're going to see Blue Man Group or one of those, or Circus du Soleil or whatever the hell it was. My wife comes up, and I'm at $100 limit table on blackjack. I have a $500 bet on one hand. So she walks up, and she doesn't like me to gamble. She knows, this is gambling the market. I do this every day. So she walks up. She's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm up about 10 grand right now, though, in blackjack. We were just killing it on this table. So she walks up and she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And we're playing two deck, where you can handheld blackjack, double decks. You can hold the cards. So I get dealt the cards. I got a $500 bet out there. My wife walks up behind me. She's getting ready. She says, "Hey, let's go to Blue Man Group." All right, I got one last hand. She's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing all right." She looks down. She's like, What is that down there? I'm like, it's a $500 bet, 4 black chips. She's like, what? $500? I get a 9 and a 2. Double down $1,000. She looks at me. She's like, what are you doing? I look, everyone around's laughing. And we were talking about this earlier. I said, hey, I got to get out of here before my wife comes down. $1,000, 9 and a 2. He throws me a 10. We win $1,000. I look at her, look at the table, and we were killing it. I said, I'm sorry, guys, we got to go. I was up like $12,000 that day. Probably in 2 hours at the table, 3 hours at the table, $100 bets. And then the last one, $500 bet, she comes walking up. Then I had to double down on a 9 and a 2. Got the 10, and we walked out. And I think purples are 500. Then we're calling the grapes purple, and then the bananas are the grand chips. But just to get out of trading for a second here, guys. Yeah, so, it's like one of those things, guys, when you're at the blackjack table, if you can't lose at $500, you have no business betting a $500 bet, period. That's kind of the moral of the story. If you're at a blackjack table and you're doing $50 hands and you know damn well you can't do that, you better just walk away, because you're going to get your ass handed to you one day. Because I knew at that point, if I'm putting $500 down there on the blackjack table, I can lose that. It's the same thing with trading, guys. If I'm going to put a $110 bet on the DIA puts, I can lose $110. And I specifically tell all my members that over and over and over with these trades. We're going into a big pop. Yesterday's pop. I mean, that's when you want to put some options on, because if we would have got a nice drop today, those things would have ripped. They were actually going pretty good in the morning until we got, caught the bid. But we're in some pretty good resistance here, guys. Let's take even a short-term retrade from this guy here. That, high here. We're right into the 618 retrace, the $275 area. We're coming into the 200 MA, these high pivots, good area. As a technical guy, guys, as a technical trader, I got to take that trade. All right, let's see here. Apple seems to have trouble at 180. Let's see. Apple's just having trouble. Yeah, 180. You got this gap window here, guys. So really, it's 180, 157, and then this high candle here where gap fill was around 180.95. Remember those down sideways, guys. We were talking about, go to my videos. We're talking about this big bear pattern just chopping around inside this barn. Woo, straight down, guys. That's why we were in that trade. We were in that Apple trade. I think 209 was our average price short. And after seeing this, it was like, oh man, I'm holding on, and we got paid on that Apple short, guys, big time. So yeah, right now, yeah, having trouble here. Next area, big area for Apple will be about 185. Gap fill at 186 around there. 20 MA keeps curling down though, guys. That's going to send this one lower. Great support in here though. The support gives out, guys. You know, after some more consolidation, we're in trouble. Markets are going to head lower because everything will be a market trade, and it is based off the leaders. Leaders are Apple, ExxonMobil, and JPM. One thing I'm looking at today though, JPM, a little bit red. Goldman Sachs, a little bit red. They're trying. Let's look at Citigroup, a little bit red. Wells Fargo Corp. That's the only one green, and it just came green. BA, a little bit green. Oh, no, not Boeing. BA. What's that? BAC. BAC, a little bit red. Hold on, though. Let's look at that Boeing. Boeing. Excuse me, guys. Gosh. Coughing it. Yeah, we're in some good resistance right here, too, on Boeing. Gap fill, 20 MA. Nice run, though. I mean, it's Boeing, guys. They got to get Boeing going because Boeing's the one. You know, gotta get Boeing going. If this one can't get going, then that's it. But yeah, I mean, Boeing here, 348 and then 357 if it gets a little higher. They got to get Boeing going because that's the one that's going to help the Dow get going. And then they'll throw out everything in there. They'll upgrade it, triple upgrade, time to buy. You know, no, time to buy was down in here, you know, after the fact. Not here, 50 bucks higher. You know, let it go up, and then we'll retrace it again. We'll short it again on a retrace. You know, if Boeing can't get above, you know, these levels here, right in that area, still could go higher. I mean, it's Boeing. Every time it, you know, goes down, goes straight back up. Like here, straight back up. Where did it lead to? More selling. Do we get a short-term retrace on this one that lead to more selling? Maybe. I have my eye on this one. Let's see. Yeah, it's coming up, guys. Let's see if we get that 350 number, though. One more time. We'll probably short some calls on this one, too. But, and short it. Let's see on the monthly. Did we get to the 20 MA? Yep. Look at that. Perfect kiss of the 20. Where are we going to bounce? Right there. This is a pretty good inside bar bearish pattern, but let's see if we get a little bit more on this one. And then we'll start doing something with this. Let's see here. Apple seems, yeah, quick dump off Apple off the one. Yeah, that one pulled back nice off that one. But that was resistance. You know, came right in, pulled back, and then boom, right there fighting it again. That was BA. But yeah, I mean, right back up in there in that area in the gap window, and boom, right back down, guys. And then trying to hold here. I mean, they're trying to hold Apple, get BA up. Gosh, BA, that's interesting. Oh man, it's tempting. Let me look at this again. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, 20 MA or the 50 MA there. Just kissed that today. That's not a bad area. Gosh, it's still Christmas time and stuff like that. It's the only thing that's killing me with these. I'm gonna wait. I would love even if it was now Mike, I think he was asking me with trades and stuff. Yeah, this as a day trade, I think I'd take this one short. Actually, nah, a little bit more. Gosh, just a little though. Did it fill the gap? Yeah, there was a gap right here too at 342 or so. Man, 345, 350. If we get one more up move on this one today, we might start picking on BA again. But nice up move. I mean, this was, you know, it's too bad the donkey, he missed it. He should have been buying down here. He's still underwater in his options. You know, big priced options. Do you look at MU to or CMG? Let's look at CMG. Yeah, CMG, I'm stuck in a trade in this one. They just got me. It was retracing real nice here. I mean, they just bounced this, triple upgrade, everything's great again, and 500 was the number. Came right back in off that, right back up. I like what I'm seeing now. I like this area here for resistance. You could short this thing here if you wanted to. Know that it could go to 500, 520 again, but I do like this setup on here. Right now, 387 is the price point on this one because of the monthly high flyer. But what I like about this one, though, guys, let's see here. I like that at retrace. We talked about this retracing and possibly coming back in. This is a little bit of a head and shoulder pattern here, guys. Until we break above this head here around 529, this is still intact. If this head and shoulder plays out, I'm saying you can short it here if it goes up to 500, maybe a little higher, short, add to it. But, if this head and shoulder plays out, guys, it's probably going to go right to that, 300. I mean, you're going a hell of a lot lower, but, we'll be gone out of this trade before then. But, this one, just another one, buy, I'm holding, or short and hold, add a little bit more. I'm almost at the 10% position, which really sucks. But, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to play it off this monthly chart, knowing that my price target is 387, and if that head and shoulder plays out, we'll be even lower than that. But yeah, this one got me. I hate that. AutoZone got me. That was another one. But knowing that it should pull back. But yeah, Chipotle just took off. But this was one we traded a bunch of times. I'm not that worried about it. Kind of like Wynn too. Wynn got me. Yeah, that one was another bear too. Just took off and never looked back. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting killed. I'm getting killed in this trade. But that's okay, though. 387 is the area. Damn, that we're looking for. God, this little cough and little phlegm just won't go away. Damn it. So, hey, the puts are coming alive, guys. They're at 65 now. on the DIA. I'm not 50% down anymore. Yeah, that would you do any? Yeah, 500. I like this area up in here. If we get another retrace, you definitely could do that. But big resistance. If it starts popping through 520, then hold on for dear life. I'm stuck in this one. I still think it's coming down, guys. And I think we could get to the $300 area. Big resistance right here. If this head or shoulder starts playing out, even better. I want to see on the weekly. Because if you can see, yeah, so you can even see this on the weekly. This plays out, guys. You're looking at 407, and then this thing comes to tuition. It's going to get plowed. So keep 300 on the price target here. Yeah, but who was that? Leo. Yeah, it's not bad. As long as we're not getting above this high pivot right here, 500. So if you get in here, pops up from 500, add a little bit more. If it gets to 520, add a little bit more and then hold. But here's not bad either. Just think price target. Even on the weekly right now is about $400. But monthly would be that 387. So I mean that's almost $100 lower from here. So 10% of this from this trade's $48. So you're looking for a 50%. $50 you'd be out. So something like that. The markets they're stalling out a little bit. Nothing crazy. You look at MU today now. It up. Damn, still getting a beat down. Yeah, this thing's just not doing anything. I mean, we got the little bit of a bounce off a double bottom. That would have been a trade. Just like we retraced it to the top, we retraced to the bottom. That would have been the trade. We bounced up. Man, this thing just can't get going anymore. I still think it's going lower. But again, with the markets, though, if the markets stay buoyant, this could grind higher. If the markets start to sell off, these will go lower. These are good plays. I mean, for bottom feeding plays, this would have been it right here. Double bottom, and it would have bought, 34 to 38. Not a bad trade, $4 and been out. But this is when you start getting a little bit cute, though. Where it comes in, comes right back down. Market stayed buoyant, so this floated. If the markets were selling off, this would have probably broke that pivot and went straight down. I'm still looking at some areas down in here around $30. I love this gap fill at 27. It is holding this pivot though right here. That's the big area where it's holding. If it does not, if that starts to break lower, let's go to the weekly. Found the weekly close. They're 37.52 is the area right now. Let's see if we close above that on the weekly, because look at this inside bar. Can't get above this red bar yet. This is consolidating below the MAs, a little bit weak, but it is holding this pivot. So you got to watch out for that. So it's still, if the markets grind, this will grind. If the markets start to, weaken up, this will just kind of do. Remember, weekly 200 MA is price target 27. I still like this gap fill. $28. I would love right now this thing just to crank down next week and hit this area, and then we buy it. That's the more bigger down move into an area, you get the bigger bounce off to an area. Kind of like what we're trying to do with the SPY. You got the big push up yesterday. You're into some good resistance even on the weekly. You want that one good slap back down. I would love a close. If we could close inside this green bar, that would be even better. 274.58. I don't know if we'll get it. We got a half hour left. If we can bleed, come on, bleed, right? But that's stuff we're looking at too. How do you input your weekly chart? Like 1 year weekly or 5 year weekly? I see on my charts, guys, it's just up here. I just have the weekly. On the Thinkorswim, let's see. Weekly, I would have the 3 year weekly. Let's see. That's not, hold on here. I just want to see if that's, I was going to use Thinkorswim, guys. I pay $190 a month for these eSignal. I love eSignal, guys. Don't get me wrong, but I use Thinkorswim for my options too. Yeah, you could go. You could probably do a 10-year weekly. Go as far as you can go out. Maybe a 5-year. On my weekly down here, I got it. I could go out, 20, 30 years, I think, 95. I like to, I'm a technical guy, so I want to see what I'm looking at. But yeah, you can, maybe even 10 years on a weekly. Go as far as you can. I don't know what Thinkorswim will do. But yeah, you want to see all this stuff, especially even on, I just put in a Y, and that gives me the yearly. I just found that out a little bit ago. Look at the yearly, though, guys, on this thing. Look at this. This is just stupid. 2000.com boom. Housing crash. Look at that. 1 year straight down, wiped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of gains in 1 year. Now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 years up, guys. It's getting scary. Getting scary. Yeah, Leo, on the ECMG, you could take that short if you wanted to. Just keep it small right now. If it pops up, just have room to add more. Shows 122. I'm trying to get it like yours at 88. Is it a 200-day simple moving average? Let's look at Autodesk. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, at $88. So that's that. But remember, I go out. I go out a lot further. Yeah, I'm at least. Yeah, I think I'm 15 years. Oh no, I'm probably the max 30 years. Wow, look at Autodesk. That goes back further. 85. Damn. But look at that chart though, guys. Really? Now we're way in La La Land. Under the chart style and settings. Yeah, Mark I think uses Thinkorswim. So TS goes out to the max available. Okay. Thanks, John. CMG daily intraday. Shorted again and retrace Apple. Yep, it's a great trade for now. Yeah, Apple I think is just going to keep chopping around. I'll put in simple. Yeah, simple. DEMA daily, or is that the what you're seeing for the MAs? I don't think it's a DEMAs. Gosh, let's see here. Let's see. Add study. Moving averages. No, it's simple moving average. It's almost at the bottom. It says simple moving average. Yeah, John, not the DEMA. So go move it to the bottom. It says simple moving average. So once you get that in there, yeah, SM or SMA, yeah. But I'm looking at the Thinkorswim right now. It actually says simple moving average. That's where you want it at, bud. So gosh, so today, guys, let's see, Splunk, VMware, PANW, where are we at on that one? Yeah, shoot. I mean, this one I would think up. I mean, we're into some pretty good support down here. You know, as a spec play, it's still a 50-50 shot. You are beat down. You're down here in the lows, because if it gets a little good earnings, it could probably pop. You know, who knows? Or, you know, you get good earnings, the thing might drop. Who knows? Just looking at that. Yeah, so we kissed the monthly already. Yeah. I mean, I guess we could. You know, again, if we pop on these, I'll short them with shares and get into a swing trade, or maybe a quick in and out hold. Maybe do something like that. Is one I'm going to play. Are you, Mark? Yeah, that one. Even Splunk moves too, though. That one moves as well. And then the VMW. See, I like VMW too, because you're at the highs. Because if this thing pops, that could be a good play too from the high. Let's see on the, yeah, see, I like this. This one pops, guys. You got to find the good area. I don't, you know, right now just looking at it, it's hard to say. You have to go with 170, 175, maybe even 180. That's a tough one. I'll have to do a little more work on this one. Hold on here. Let me see. I'm going to pull this one up in another. I got a couple different things. You know, for my members, I'll show you guys one day what I'm looking for here. Let me see if I can find something real quick. So VMware, if this thing bounces, just want to see a couple things. Yeah, 177.18 area, maybe 180. That's not bad. So here, I'm doing some work on another chart here. The 177.18, maybe. That's a maybe. These are all mathematical numbers now, guys. There's really no technicals up here. A 180, maybe 175, because that's just a natural resistance. So mark those up in there. All right. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put those in there. Let's see what happens. I don't know if I'll play them, but we'll see once they pop. PANW. This one's at the bottom. This one's making a retrace. Here, let me punch this one in. This one's a little bit different setup here. Let me see what the daily's doing. So the daily's up a little bit. Let's see. If we take the PANW, where are we? 177. Yeah, 209 maybe, 51. This one's a little tougher. 210. I mean that's a $30 pop though. Yeah, yeah, this one's tough. 220. Let's look at the monthly on this. Yeah, it's a little, well, 200's not bad either though. Yeah, I still like the 210. If it could get if it could get to 200 and pierce, then you're looking for somewhere up in that area. If it drops, I'm just gonna let it fall. And then Splunk. That's okay. Yes, this is a tough one too. Still at 100 though. Mamma mia. I would have to go 122. I don't know if it will pop 22, and that's a big if. It's a nice pivot on Splunk. Let's see if I have it on here. SPLK. I'm looking at this and then double top. This one's not telling me too much. I do like the PAN, the VMware. If this pops somewhere up in here, maybe though. You know, it's still earnings. 177, 180. I like that a little better if it comes through here. But again, I don't know where these things are going. Once they go, I'll take a look at them. See if I can figure, see what the action is on the first push, on the 10-minute time frame. You got to follow those time frames too on the 10-minute. So, if this thing starts pushing up, you got to follow that. If it kind of grinds, there's different ways to play these. If it's a push right up into it, that's where you got to do it. Kind of like the VEEV. This thing pushed up last night, just to show you an earnings play here. Got it. All its guidance for PN. Yeah, cyber. Okay. Splunk guides lower. Look out below. Yeah, are they? Yeah. Splunk and the BMW. Yeah, you got it. But not bad play like the the BMW. I'd probably buy puts because it's at the highs. You're at huge resistance, but it doesn't mean it could pop. I'd rather have it pop and then short it. If you do play these guys, remember all spec plays. That's it. Nothing crazy. Don't get crazy on me. I don't want to get dirt. I don't want to get nasty emails. Bookie, I took these. I took 4,000 shares. I'm getting killed. Like 4,000 shares. You got a $20 million account. We need to talk. So, but no, just stuff like that, guys. You got to be careful. But this one here, first, this thing was cruising. First can, you want to see that first candle right into that big area of resistance. Boom. This is held, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to hold this one. I told you guys yesterday, unless it starts to fade, then we'll get it. And I was telling you guys, we did this live yesterday, and when this thing pulled back to $3 bucks, if you're in 1,000 shares, get the hell out. Take the couple grand. I'm willing to take a little more risk. Because this thing, of course, it popped right up at the end of the day. I was like, oh, God, here we go again. Just make sure you got a little bit left there just in case. And then if it moves higher, we can do it that way. Excuse me, guys. But yeah, look at that. And then when I woke up this morning, it was like down, not woke up, but I got the charts going. I was like, oh, let's take a look at this VEEV. And I was like, oh, look at that. Pfft, out. Then it came down even a little lower, held the 200 MA on the daily though and popped. Remember, if this thing goes back, 105, 106, we'll do this one again. Rinse and repeat, guys. Rinse and repeat. That's what we're going to do. Hold on here. Oh, what's this? DJ Trade. Hey, buddy. The Twitter feed I have is for my members. It's $30 a month if you want to join. It's up to you if you're still here. I don't know if maybe he did join. Had a couple new members in the last couple of days. And a couple of canceled profiles as well. So tell them how it is, guys. That was a great order. Yeah, that's luck with these two. I look like a genius now. Oh, look at that. StockBookie hit this one. Yeah. When I pulled it up, I saw it. I think it was negative, actually. I was like, I had to rub my eyes and be like, is this thing actually negative after hours? I said, holy shit, I'm done. Out. I didn't even wait. I was like, cover position, done. I'm not going to mess around with that. And those are great. That's where it was like, all right, cool. We got that trade now. Awesome. It worked out perfectly. Hit the resistance, called it pretty good. Pulled back exactly what I thought it would do. I'm out that one. So do you think this trade makes up for those put trades that we have on? And those put trades, we still have a little bit of time on. It's not done yet. The bulls on the VEEV board, our stock twits are all crying. Were they? I didn't even notice that one. Right spec plays at 1% or less for my capital. Yeah, exactly. Or less. Like if you want to take Splunk, the VMware, and the PNW. All right, let's let how much we got. A little bit of time left. So I'm going to look at these options. So the PANW. Let's pull that one up on here. Now this is, I don't know where this is going. It's a 50-50 shot. I'm going to let me get that time. Let me get this after hours action. But I'm going to pull up the weekly time frame just to look. All right, the PNW. All right, so we went to 240. We retraced back to 160. Nice little drop here. I wish we would have hit the 200 MA, which we didn't. Remember, guys, what's the price target on the weekly charts on all these charts? The 200 MA. Look how close we came. So do we get the bounce here? Maybe. So now we're looking, okay, if we get the bounce, for buying calls, we get the bounce, where could this possibly go? first area, I mean, you've got a gap fill here at 183, so you're going to have resistance. You're going to have another resistance at 192, and then this little pivot here at 193. That's just a retrace going up. Once was support, becomes resistance now, okay? Now, this is the bigger time frame from the fib, so we'll look at that. So we know at 189 we'll have resistance, 618, and at 206 we'll have more resistance. So we're going to say the 20 and the 50. We got some big resistance coming from that Fibonacci from that low. But now I want to take it here. I want to put it to this low. Because now this is going to be more short-term action. Now remember, you had the 618 pretty much at 190 from this fib. Well, you know what? Let's just do it like this then. I'm going to pull them out a little bit further. So I'm going to take that low to this high now. Now we got two fibs from the last recent low and this low, you know, not the all-time low, but the low, you know, in the last year or so. So now we got two levels, 618 and the 382 at 190. That's going to be big resistance with the 50 MA and this low pivot too. If this thing blasts through that, this is going to start stalling it out, okay? We know the next level's $200 even number. And you have the 50% retrace from this low to that high. That's going to be the next level. So if this thing starts ripping gap fill, $90, 200. By the time it gets to 205, 210, it's like, holy shit, are we doing this for real? And then it hits this. This is where you want to take that trade, going short shares. Calls, you know, this is a big area. I'd probably end up going maybe 195s, maybe 190s if you're playing that bet, because you know damn well right around 192, 200, and 205, you're going to start hitting big resistance. So you don't want to hit this thing and come right back down and you're in calls. You want to make sure that, you know, that's what you're trying to make that bet on or the gamble on. So if you were to take calls in this one, yeah, I knew it too. Well, no. I mean, even a 195 call in the PANW on the 21st, so we get a little bit of time after earnings. These are $2.73. Not that bad. So if you're willing to, or better yet, go with the $200. Because if this thing pops, I mean, you could go to 200. Who knows? I don't know if this thing's going to move that much. I have no idea. But this is some areas. Now, if you want to take more of a risk, you know, which on earnings, this could fly $30. It could drop $30 on it. Maybe it goes up $1. Who knows? But, you know, if you're willing to risk some and you're looking at the charts, you know, again, 50-50, guys, I have no clue to the downside, you know, but, you know, if you want to risk it at 190, thinking that it could pop $15, you know, you're going into huge resistance up here at 190. You know, those options are $4 right now, 402. I don't know if I'd risk that. I'd rather go a little bit higher. Because if the markets rip, we get the Christmas rally, this will go up higher. Now, if we drop, you know, we got great support at 158. Is that where it will stop? Maybe. You know, or do we go down to the 140 area down in here? Got great support right here, though, guys. 150. Or is it 150 the area where we could go to? Now, looking at a 150 put, these things are $1, you know, $1.45. So do you risk more on the upside or the downside? You know, after seeing this thing get killed, do we get the bounce, or is this stock that weak where earnings are, you know, where they dumping it into earnings? So, you know, what's the risk that you want to take? You know, for me on this one, I don't know. I like this one here. I like the risk on this one a little bit better. You're at triple top. If it pops up, yeah, oh man. These are tough. I like the Apples, the Nvidias, you know, the big names. This can easily pop. But let's look at VMW. Just keep them small, guys. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, I am planning to short this one. The VMW definitely. The areas I'm looking at, maybe 180. If it doesn't reach it, I won't do it. I mean, if it pops through those, then you better hold on to your dear life. I just don't know. I'll be watching these though after hours real close. I got to see how that first candle goes off on the earnings. Oh my gosh, we're pulling back, guys. Where am I? The IWMs are coming alive. Maybe we do get out of these puts with some cash. Who knows? They were. Where the yeah, the Bulls negative. Yeah. Well, they got hit. They got hit. They all got excited. It was up after hours, and they wake up in the morning, and the V was getting hammered. It was like, damn, what the hell just happened to that one? Damn, you know, we should have added some more to these puts. But, you know, I'm going to hold tight. Seeing this crap today, I was like, ugh. But they're not getting, they're getting smeared, but not that bad. What's your take on PFE? I plan to short the huge pop. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be looking at that, yeah. Implied volatility on L3 is hefty, so they'll move. Is that what it, okay. Yeah, what are they hefty? Yeah. So who knows? So keep an eye on those guys. That again, that's only a 20-point move. It could go higher. Then you're looking at 190, 200 even number. There's no technicals up here at this point. I don't think, at least. No. So there's really nothing other than even numbers. This is a little bit of mathematical stuff that I do. And then stuff like that. What's up, Schmitty? PFE, let's look at that one before I roll here. But yeah, if you're a member at StockBookie.com, watch for my posts for these trades. Splunk, PN, PWNW. What is that one again? PANW, and then Splunk, and then VMware, VMW. Watch for those. If I get into any of those trades, they will be. They might be long trades, but we'll see when the time comes. If they're falling or going, if they're not moving, I'm not going to touch them, guys. I'm just going to let them play out. Yeah, due to volatility, crush on options. Yeah, so that they'll just get hammered. Better to play common. Yeah, exactly. Just do the shares. You got it. You know, but I'm talking about, Mark, just a spec play for some of the guys who can't trade after hours or whatever. If you want to buy a put or a call, just go small. And you know, I'm telling them look for areas. Now on PFE, let's go PFE. Another high flyer. Jeez. Did we look? Yeah, we looked at this one. So right back up to double top though. Earnings on this one, Carter. Did we talk about earnings? Did it already happen? I like what you guys are looking at. We're starting to get the breakup on this one though. So, you know, if you did take this one short, knowing that we're at double top, I think we talked about this one yesterday about, you know, let's see if we could go a little bit higher on this one. You had a little bit of a trend line breakout, and you got a little bit of follow through on this. The volume wasn't not the best, but not the worst. You know, pretty consistent in the last couple of bars, moving up. So let's see how this handles. Because remember, everyone who bought here, it's a bag holder. They're all starting to sell here. I still like a little bit higher on this one to see if we could push higher. But, I mean, this could be the area. And today was the day it hit it, double top. If you want to give this one a shot, just remember, just leave some in the tank for $47.50 and $50. Gotta leave some left. Yeah, 50. There's our marker there. Is there another high here or something I'm missing out? Yeah, right there. I was gonna say, wait a minute here. Yeah, that's why we're waiting on this one. Let's see if we get a little bit higher. I was gonna say there's something else on this one, I think. And bam, there it is. Yeah, gotta wait. See how it retraced, came back up, and then slamola right back up. I'm 100%. Let's see if we could get to the 100%. Gosh, 48, 49. I know it's splitting hairs. If you want to give it a shot here, I have no problem with it. Monthly chart price target is $37 at this point, then 35. I would love to see a couple more bucks on this one, and then bam, get it. And hopefully the markets start tanking and we get paid. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it here, though. Thanks, John. I got to go. Yeah, Leo, no problem, man. Watch for my videos tonight. We'll go over a couple other things. Watch for my videos, too. I've been making some more educational stuff. Keep an eye on some of these high flyers. Alta's coming back in our face. You know, typical Alta. AZO, did that one come back? Oh, no, that was actually going down again. Holy cow. And then what was the other one, too? CME. CME's bouncing them back again, which is okay. We're doing all right on that trade, so... and then just keep an eye on some more high flyers and low flyers. Keep an eye on that GE trade. maybe we can pick that one off. Maybe it goes a little bit lower. We go from there. All right, guys. Thanks again for everything. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for being members. I really do appreciate it. God bless, and see you guys on the charts.